So is that because we're on mute?
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now? Thank you for telling us 5 minutes in. So that means nothing we have said previous to this will even come up, which means I have to repeat myself.
It will in the recorded one. That's why I have a backup audio recording.
Sure. All right. Well, that's okay. So I'll continue from where I am. For those of you in the live, we're talking about the new Pokemon Sun and Moon. That was pretty good. So the starters, I actually quite like.
Yeah.
Scroll down, Kane. Starters, I like. I like Rockruff. I like Komala. I like Pikipeki. I like the two Goose. I like Grubbin. I like Charjabug, Vikavolt. Tramper is Tramper. I like Cutiefly. Yeah. I like Togedemaru. Salandit is good.
I love that one.
The little bears are cool. So a fair few of them are rad. So before I go on and say that these new ones I think are not as rad, it's not because I'm just one of those Gen 1 purists. I actually quite like some of the new ones. I'm not a fan of... See, didn't I say Jahan wants to talk about the Raichu? I'm not a fan of the fish. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the sandcastle.
Yeah. The
sandcastle, keep scrolling, Ken. I just want to get a good picture of the sandcastle. I'm not a fan of the meteor.
Yeah.
The meteor. I just think they, and I know this will cause some sort of discussion, which it should, but I don't think they're essentially Pokemon. The way I look at Pokemon is like the sandcastle to me looks more like a yokai. Because, in my opinion, this is how you know how people say, well, it doesn't even look like Pokemon anymore. I think they just say that as like a default slam against it. But when I say it, I actually do have somewhat of a reason behind it. When I look at Pokemon as a whole, I feel like Pokemon are, in my mind, things that could probably exist.
Yeah.
So this little plant that happens to be a bug, whatever. Pikachu is like a little mouse, yada, yada, yada. This meteor, I don't know if that would exist as just an animal.
The meteor, the meteor, I think, has some standing because Lunatone and Solrock exist.
Sure, but I don't like Lunatone and Solrock, in my opinion, would fit into the same category.
Yeah, and they're definitely not my favorites.
Things I don't consider to be Pokemon. So scroll down even more, Kane, just so I can get a good look. Like a little like Salandit, like this bird, even to a certain degree, I would believe that's a Pokemon.
Oricorio, yeah.
I don't like the bird, but I believe that it is a Pokemon. Sanabar and Shirodesuna, which are the sandcastles, I don't look at them as though they're animals that I would see in the wild. I look at them as yokai because it's like, well...
Something has been inspirited?
Correct. When I think of Digimon, I think of just these unbelievable, mostly humanoid creatures. When I think of yokai, I think of things that would inhabit other things. And so, yeah, yokai could be a trash can.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I don't really like Grimer or Muck or Trubbish, because they're not really they're not really animals so much. That's what I think of. That's me though. Like Pokemon to me are like animals, not so much monsters. Whereas Digimon to me are not even monsters. Yokai are like monsters. Do you get what I'm saying though?
No, I get you.
So this fish, even though I don't like it, I would believe that it could be a Pokemon.
I think for me, it just comes down to how simply if I like the design or not. And I'm not really a fan of the evolved sandcastle because you look at it and it's a little bit hard to tell. Like immediately, you're like, I guess those turrets are its arms and the front is its mouth. And there's like, you can see eyes there, but it seems kind of odd. Like the way it moves with the turrets and like swaps them down. I just think it looks a bit goofy.
Here's my thing I have to say about that, Kane. To me, that sandcastle, it looks like a fan-drawn Pokemon.
Yes.
And not an actual, legitimate Pokemon.
Yes. Yep.
You following me on that one?
Yeah.
It just doesn't look, I don't know.
I think maybe it's just a little, from my personal opinion, maybe it's a little bit too far. If it was a Pokemon that was a pile of sand, and then it was something in the description where people often mistake it for a sandcastle, and you're like, oh, that's why it has a trowel in its head. But it looked a bit different than this.
So
this is legitimately a sandcastle possessed by a ghost.
That's all it is.
So I think maybe the design and the reasoning I could use a little bit of a tweak on.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just certain things in this that And now that I look at the complete list, there are a lot more Pokemon I like than
I was
ones
just
that I
going to say that.
dislike.
You were like, I'm not a big fan, and we ran down the list. You're like, yep.
No,
Yep.
when I said the new Pokemon, I meant the ones just released.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
just mean generation in general.
Not in yeah. But I mean, as far as see, okay, there's a difference between Pokemon that I believe could be Pokemon and Pokemon that I personally like.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple here that I don't believe could be Pokemon. Most of these I don't personally like. I don't want many of these on my team.
I
Rockruff I do.
Yeah.
Rockruff's cool.
Litten I do 100%. I'm quite a fan, and definitely Vikavolt. I like them three 100%. So,
I like this new fish. I like.
Yeah, you guys
Wishy-washy.
both seem to like it, eh?
I
I
like
think
it.
he's alright. Yeah, he's not bad. He looks
He
I
looks
don't
cool.
I don't like that picture of him there, but I liked how he appeared in the gameplay footage.
The little one I don't like, but the big one, it kind of looks pretty rad.
Yeah. I like how in the design in the game you can see that it's different fish, like they move differently from each other.
Then Jahan in the comments has said, what about Ghost type? In regards to what, Jahan?
When you were talking about yokai.
And then what about Ghost
Pokemon
type?
how some Pokemon are yokai and stuff, when a lot of ghost Pokemon are just spirits left behind. Like Yamask is a dead guy holding his
I think
face.
if you play the game Yokai Watch, there's a bit of goofiness to yokai in a way. Like design wise, a lot of yokai are just like silly, and I think this sandcastle would be like one of those.
Be a yokai. So I'm currently playing Soul Silver again. It's probably my favorite game. Generation 2 is my favorite generation, because I just like how you can go everywhere.
Yeah.
I also like the Pokemon in it. And I'm realizing so none of the Pokemon in that, but I guess I could be not thinking of specific ones. They don't feel like they're out of place. Even like Ghastly to me is like a gas-based animal, but I guess that's also contradictory against what I'm saying. But now is Ghost type called Ghost type in Japanese? What is it? What is the actual name for Ghost type? Does it have a different name?
Probably ghost.
So I'm thinking of like Psychic as well. Like I was thinking of this the other day, just typings, like fire, water, wind, earth, like all the elements, and then Psychic just seemed left of center. You know what I mean? I'm just curious as to what it's actually called in Japanese, if anything. It's Ghost type, so it is actually just Ghost type. What about Psychic? Esper. So yeah, pretty much.
Esper type.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at
what do they call fairy type in Japan?
Oh, it is fairy type.
Fairy type.
Just looking through it and stuff. Even looking here, a Hooper doesn't seem like a thing. So Girafarig to me is a prime example of what a Pokemon should be, because it's a giraffe.
Yeah.
But it's altered in a way that it's odd, and it's kind of cool. Even Metagross is I don't I like the look of Metagross.
Yeah.
But if I'm going by my own rule in quotations, it doesn't really fit in it. Neither does Magnemite.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying, eh?
I get you.
It's not the most developed.
I think a lot of
opinion,
it
but-
can come down to design.
Yeah. I like Darmanitan.
I forgot he existed.
Yeah, he's cool.
I always think that he reminds me of who is the guy from Hoenn? He's a fighting type.
Who? Hoenn, fighting type.
Hariyama.
Yeah, that's who
Ah.
Hariyama. He reminds me of Hariyama. Always did.
Just stuff look, they're Mankey and Primeape, just monkeys. Then you go a bit, more odd, and you have Rhydon, which is a rock. What would ride a rhino that turns into a bipedal rhino?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To me, they're monsters, and I think that's what I like about Pokemon.
Yokai in the context of Yokai Watch have quite a different sort of design. As I said, they're a lot more goofy, and a lot of time they look like what they are, or in a way, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This one makes you have a runny nose. He has a giant fucking nose.
He's just
snot dripping out or something like that.
See, Kane has a picture of who is this again? Kane was
Avalugg.
See, I don't like Avalugg personally because I don't like Pokemon that are just a thing. I suppose Like this thing is just a piece of ice that's cut to look like a quadruped.
Looks odd.
Yeah, I mean, some people will like it, but yeah, like this thing here, like is what is that type of dinosaur, Kane? What is that called? We're looking at Aurorus.
It's like a
origin,
not a brachiosaur or whatever.
A Margosaurus, whatever that is, whatever, some sort of saurus.
Thing with a long neck.
Yeah, that looks like a Pokemon. Well, it's a fossil Pokemon. Is that not right? Yeah. The other one was a T-Rex.
Yep. Who was way cooler.
Way cooler.
Well,
I can believe it.
I like this one, but the other one's cool.
The other one's cool. Yeah, I don't know. And Digimon, like, I guess this is why I consider them to be so different, the three of them. Pokemon, Digimon, and Yokai Watch, because the creatures within it, like Digimon, man, most of them are just human almost. Like Argimon's just a guy.
Yeah.
Just a guy with wings.
All of them are just dudes with hats on.
Yeah, they're not really monsters, but they're digital monsters. Yeah, there's a whole thing.
Well, it's in the song.
Oh, that's right. If you didn't get it by, the opening, the cold open, you get it by the song. John, what topic do you have in mind? Shoot. How many viewers do we have, by the way?
Like 3. We also got the sea cucumber Pokemon and a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms, you keep comparing it to Bellsprout, which I think is accurate.
It's like it's got a big head and like a little spindly body.
I find Bellsprout. I think I like Bellsprout just because it's fucking funny looking.
That's why I kind of like this dude, because he just waddles around.
But I'm hoping its evolution is like, I mean, I like Bellsprout because of Weeping Bell, really. Weeping Bell, even Victory Bell. Yeah, I don't know. The sea cucumber's okay. The sea cucumber, actually, if we're going to compare Digimon and Pokemon, it looks like a little in-training Digimon.
It does.
Just because it's a little blob with spikes. That's pretty much every in-training Digimon. But yeah, man, like I'm definitely still going to get the game, and there's a few there. Like I'm really excited to see this is like this Rockruff evolution.
Yeah, we were talking about this before. The theory about leaving it on an island.
The Chinese leaks back at it again.
Based on its
Back at it again. With the leaks.
Based on its Pokedex description, where it says that it wanders away to evolve. And I was thinking that would be a cool game mechanic where you would have to, say, release it and then it would come back to battle you at some point. But I guess this is similar.
Well, Luke is saying you have to leave it somewhere?
So what I've read is that because Rockruff is said to have some kind of special thing about him, what I've read is that Rockruff will only evolve if left at a certain part on each of the 4 islands, and depending on which island, his evolution will have a different typing, depending which island.
Well, that's pretty.
So it's a branching kind of change evolution. Sort of
Yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah.
This little Miffy looking sea cucumber is cute. Don't know if I'd have it on my team.
It's a cucumber.
It's all about who you'd have on your team, right? Who are you guys thinking like are definites on your team so far? And scroll up and show me the pictures.
Of the new ones.
Yes.
Definite for me.
And we'll talk about the changes.
What's his name? Where is he? Go. Where is he? Where are you? There he is, the bear. No, not him.
Beware. I like Beware as well.
Beware and Baby Bear.
The Baby Bear is cute.
Nui Kaguma.
Baby Bear.
Whatever they're going to call it.
Oh, imagine they call it Baby Beware. Baby Beware. We're coming up with better names than fucking Game Freak.
Yeah, there you go, Game Freak. I've got a name for you.
Oh, yeah, Baby Beware.
Now, I'll definitely have both of them on mine.
Little red panda.
Go back to the top game.
Kane loves the little weasel. Not weasel.
I'm still
just a little lizard.
Still tossing out between Rowland and Poplio. Poplio has the goofball factor.
Yes.
But Rowland has the cute and grass factor that I like.
Well, yeah,
And
Rowland's
also a bow tie.
That bow tie is, yes, quite good.
I'm 100% Litten. I liked it. And I'm not really a fan of cats, but
Rockruff, I think I will for sure have on my team.
Me too, yeah.
Kamala, which was it you or Kane that made up Narkoala?
That was me. That was
Frank.
I still keep calling it that.
Narkoala.
I was saying to my brother the other day, I'm like, I was actually having a similar conversation talking about what our team would be. I was like, I'll have Narkoala. He's like, who? I was like, the koala Pokemon, he goes, it's called Kamala. I'm like, Kamala, that makes me think, like, you guys might not know, but there was an old wrestler called Kamala who was this big, fat dude. And, like, let's not talk about Kamala, but that name makes me think of Kamala. Virtual Music John would know who Kamala is.
Pikipek's cool.
Pikipek, I think he's alright. I probably wouldn't have him. Young Goose,
Nah.
I probably wouldn't have him on my team, to be honest.
He looks like I'm not really a fan.
Gumshoes, I wanted him to evolve to something a bit more cooler, but
then the Donald Trump detective.
Yeah, not really a fan of Donald Trump.
The comparison is
startling.
I love Grubbin. I actually, you know what I love more? Charger Bug. I want one to just put in my pocket because it just looks like something you could put in your pocket.
It's such a little
bus.
I love that whole chain. They're awesome.
They're great. Yeah, I love them so much. Charger Bug is Vikavolt is definitely going to be on my team.
Yeah, I think I might have one of them as well.
I really think
but here's my hero here.
Beetle rail cannon.
Here's my main Dramper. I love Dramper, like Falgor or whatever his freaking name is. He's awesome.
Is he dragon type? He is. Normal and dragon.
Normal and dragon. Strange normal, but you know what? I think he looks fantastic. He's a very cool, unique looking Pokemon that I would like to have on my team. This Bruxish, I would just like to demolish and destroy several times over. Cutiefly, I'm interested what it evolves to.
Cute. It might not.
It might not. That'd be strange. I feel like to get a Maru, this is an interesting one. I probably would not have it on my team though.
I don't often have the Pikachu variants on.
Yeah, neither do I, to be honest. Now this guy's Salandit. This guy is like a spiritual successor of Sandile.
Spiritual successor.
He honestly, he's like the lowland version of Sandile. So I reckon I'll for sure have him. But
then when he evolves, will you hate him?
Yeah, just like I hate Sandiles. Crocorock and Crocodile, they just wreck him. He's too.
I like Crocodile.
They're all right. You know, I don't mind him. But here we go. My favorite of all.
You've really come to love
Look at it. Tell me it's not absolutely adorable.
It has that weird triangle smile that all frog characters have in.
Yeah, I don't know how you can't just love that one. It
is cute. It's got its big legs.
It actually looks like a red panda as well. A red panda you would see at the zoo running around, locked up in captivity. Hoping to one day escape and be free again in China, but it's not in China. The way it should be. It's in the Toronto Zoo.
I like it more than its evolution.
I like Beware.
I like them both. Even though Beware, see, Baby Beware, as I'm calling it, looks like a Pokemon. Beware does not.
No, Beware looks like a mascot. I still stand by that.
I'm half waiting for him just to unzip his head, and it's just a fucking dude in a suit.
It's Junichi Masuda himself.
Yeah. Honestly, he's
Satoshi Tajiri finally coming back.
Then Mimikyu. Yeah, I like Mimikyu. I don't know, I might not have it on my team. Wimpod, fuck him off.
I'm hoping, I'm going to agree with what Kane said prior to the podcast. I'm hoping Wimpod has some sort of
Mad
evolution.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he probably won't. I don't know why. But I think it'll be cool if you're right that he's like a Magikarp type. Bound Sweet just reminds me of Hoppip.
Yeah.
Hoppip. Yeah. And Cherim or whatever.
Yep.
It's called. Comfy.
Reminds me of Nature Klefki.
Yeah. It honestly looks like Klefki as flowers. Mudbray and Mudsdale, I don't really like them, to be honest.
Mudsdale isn't too bad. Mudbray just looks like a fucking dope.
See, I'm the opposite. I like Mudbray, but not so much.
Good old
Mudsdale looks just sad.
You know what it is for me?
Mudbray looks like that face would slide up, off frame and just frighten you.
You know what it is? Awesome. For me, the thing I don't like about Mudsdale is his color scheme.
Yeah? Or the red, black, and brown.
I don't know. I just don't like his color scheme.
Earthy browns.
Yeah, I don't know. Just not too big of a fan of his color scheme there. Minior does nothing for me. Just not even hard.
Look at that cute little smile. Don't you love that little smile?
That's a smile?
Look at his little...
What What is he meant to be?
No,
A meteor,
not-
and then what is
He's a
that?
meteor.
What's the inside of it?
That's the core of the meteor.
Bizarre.
It's a
Foe
space
Mantis
monster.
reminds me of another one as well.
It looks like Levani.
Yes.
That's the one.
Just with a dude and he's got like
Lurantis.
candy striped pants.
That's it, Lurantis.
It's like a barbershop mantis.
Yeah. Oricorio. Now, this is one I
It's
fucking...
where you lower the hat
Deep.
down onto it and it starts to sing.
I'm a fan of Oricorio. And the one I like is the red one.
I like that because
Underlay. Yeah, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Underlay.
I like it because you could hear the guitar riff every time it does that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It's
The
like,
other
and
variation,
now, my bird, I release you. Dun-dun-dun.
yeah, the other variations I'm not that interested in, but I like the red one.
Underlay.
The sandcastles.
Please leave.
Look, you love, buddy. Talking to Kane off camera, you love whatever the fuck Trubbish. This guy is
Trubbish is
worse
cool.
level than Trubbish.
Leah, I'm not-
Worse. Did you hear that? Worse level than Trubbish.
Hey, Trubbish is awesome.
No, I'm not a fan of
Trubbish is a bag of fucking shit.
Literally.
This guy is a sand.
Okay, Trubbish
This
is
guy is a sand, Kane.
Garbodor
Do you
is
understand?
Garbodor isn't great. Trubbish is cool. I like him. He's a little
This
dude.
guy is just a sand. And I don't know what to fucking say more
You
than that.
think
Someone's already tried to kill
You
him.
think he's screaming because someone rammed a trowel
Yeah,
into his head?
absolutely.
Well, someone rammed something into him. Bloody
Yeah,
fucking
bad ideas.
He's a good doof.
wishy-washy.
Fishy. I like fishy.
Fishy foshy.
I'm feeling a bit wishy-washy on this one. No.
Shut up.
You know me.
Yeah, all about the puns.
I
I'm all about that pun.
I like the fish. He's
No
cool.
treble.
I want to get one of these super fish, this super gatai fish.
You know, the more I look
Super
at this,
gatai fish. What is
Super
gatai?
Fusion.
Is that right?
Yeah.
the more I look at this my fucking mucus guy,
Pukamucus?
I actually like him.
You mean Miffy?
Miffy.
You mean Miffy?
I don't know why, I want to just step on him.
What is wrong
That
with
will
you?
hurt you.
Affectionately.
No, that will hurt you more than it.
Don't affectionately crush something.
Affectionately step or
You're so
sit on it.
off.
Don't sit on it.
What about more lol?
I don't like more lol.
More shit.
It's just...
Get rid of it.
Yeah, it's very much a
I like it
buzzsprout.
because it's just it's just eyes. It just waddles around.
I feel like it's upside down.
Is
Turn
that
your head.
right?
Turn your head.
I can't turn my head that far around.
See what I mean?
No, I reckon it's fine the way it is.
Oi, okay.
How would it walk on its 3 months?
It's no
All right,
worse.
here's what you're doing. You're grabbing that picture, you're putting it into paint, you're flipping it upside down.
Yeah, Kane, don't bother doing that.
No, it's all right. Just,
Don't listen to him.
you can just turn your head around.
You can totally turn
How
your
would
head
that be
around. You're
upside down?
fine.
I don't know. I don't know if these ones count because these are legendaries.
Solgalagio.
Yeah, Solgaleo. I don't usually put legendaries on my team.
No, neither. I
I
catch
don't-
him and fucking
except for
put
the
him in
last-
the PC where a legendary beast belongs.
Yeah, where they deserve to
Except
be.
for the last game where they were like in the beginning of the game, they said, "Oh look, Latios followed you. Do you want it?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll have it."
I just
Yeah.
left it in my PC.
I put on my team. I'm like, "It came after me. It's story based. I like
I
it."
put him in my PC to rot.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Zafira has just joined in. He says, "Sorry, I'm late. Miss anything good? No, it's all been shit
It's
up
all
to this
garbage.
point,
Yeah.
Zafira.
Just so good.
Crap.
It's all been shit. We're gonna bring out the good stuff for you now.
What about these Alolan Pokemon?
Talking Pokemon here.
These
Talking some
Brololans.
hoax.
Talking the Poe.
I like Sandslash. He's ice. He's spike ice.
I don't like Sandslash, but
Ice
I like
awesome.
Sandshrew because he's a big chub
You
chub.
know what they should have done? They should have renamed him Sand Igloo.
They shouldn't have.
You are
done
so
that.
right. You are 100% right.
I always am.
You always am.
I always am.
Frost Shrew, Ice Shrew, Froze Slash,
No. No.
Frost Slash,
No.
Oh,
Ice
I got
Slash,
it. No.
Incorrect.
Here we go.
Slush
Sand
Slash.
Icicle.
It's like Slush Slash.
Guys,
That work?
you both suck. It's obviously supposed to be called
Slush Slash.
Sandman.
Oh, spot on.
Spot on.
Spot on.
Sandman.
Frank, this is always the difference that we've had in like aesthetic opinion, right in this evolutionary chain. You've always liked these kind of rounded, stocky characters.
Yes, I do
I
love
like-
the Doughboys.
And I like the spikes. I like the sharp edges, the lanky dudes.
We got more people joining. Yeah.
Yes, Roland has joined in under the name Nyan Perona.
Roland. We're talking Pokemon, and how the ice Sandshrew should be called Sand Igloo.
No, Sanderman.
Slush
That's-
Slash.
You're making me angry, Frank. You're getting on my nerves.
No, don't. I'm not getting on your nerves. Sandemand.
Sand Demand?
Sanderman.
Sanderman.
It is true. They keep calling it Sandshrew, but it's now ice and not at all sand.
Yeah. Ice Shrew.
Vulpix. and
Vulpix?
Ninetales, who is just like all airy and sand slushy.
Jacob Duty 4 says Sand Slushy. Incorrect. As I have said, it is Sandamander. I'm now changing the name. Go on, let's go through all of them. So we talked about Sandamander and Sand/Ice.
Ice Shrew and Slush Slash.
Ice Shrew and Slush Slash.
Alright, Vulpix.
Polybeer says Hard Pikachu. Yes.
Hard Pikachu.
Okay. Then we're going on to Vulpix, which is now called
Vulpix.
What do you reckon? No, it's not. Don't be an idiot. It's now because
Then he's not even based on the player.
Vulpicicle.
Oh my god, you're on fire.
I am.
You're on fire.
Just
not Vulpix,
not
though.
Vulpix, no. Vulpix was.
And Ninetales is now called
Ice Tails.
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
Again, nice.
Nice Tails.
Back at it again.
Back at it again, Luke.
I'm back at it again.
Got him.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, how about this one? Jacob Judy says Vulpix or it didn't happen.
That's not
And then
bad.
Polybia says Vulvapix? No.
We are
thank
going
you.
down a dangerous
Hey,
spot.
SnapThirty has not started yet.
No, we are not.
That's the after hours.
SnapThirty comes back after. Remember Big Brother when they used to be like Big Brother then Big Brother After Hours?
Yeah.
Or that there's gonna be
When they
SnapThirty
were like
After Hours.
when they kept promoting it as, hey, this is when the sex happens.
Yeah,
It wasn't. It's when people went to sleep and got a sandwich.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Well,
Oh,
when
then those
When they
two,
got a turkey sandwich.
yeah, those two
A
got
turkey
turkeys like that
sandwich.
bitch.
A turkey sandwich, was it?
I think as it is.
No, wait, that's.
Well, no, you got me. That's it. Go move on.
What?
You beat-
What is
that was just the
happening?
funniest thing you could have said.
Jesus.
There was nothing funnier. Move on.
God damn.
Oh my god. All right, next up is Longzecutor. Nailed it.
Long Executor.
Nah, come on, man. Nah. Come on, man.
I was thinking more Big Neck Tree Tour.
Nailed it again. Oh my
Give
god.
it to me now.
But it's also-
Give it to me
It's
now.
also a dragon now. It's also a dragon now.
Shut up, Kane.
Shut up, Kane.
Oh, you're a dick.
Get in camera.
All right, next
I
is
can't get on camera. I gotta run the computer.
yeah, that's true. Next is Meowth. What do you reckon, Luke?
Meowth Black.
Oh, like Goku Black.
Yeah.
Meowth Black.
Did I
Nailed
get
it.
Nailed it.
Got him. Got him. Then we got
High Five Central.
Alolan Marowak, which is now called
Go for it.
Marrow.
Yep.
But no, hang on.
Marabou. Yep. We
Marrow-
started. Marabou.
Slack.
Marabou Slack.
Ing.
You can't get what?
Ing.
Marabou Slacking. Can't get better than that. Can't get better than that. Hey man, can't get better than that.
Ghost.
Oh, he's still coming.
Marabou
No,
Slacking.
no.
Hat.
No.
Hat. Two hats.
Oh, stop.
Hat?
Stop. So
Marabou
Marabou
Slacking
Ghost
Ghost Hat.
Done.
Done. Okay.
Finn.
Okay, Finn.
All
Now
right,
we can finally get to the one.
Which Jahan has wanted us to talk about. He sent me a text message the other day and said, "Boys, please talk about
Flychew.
the new Raichu." Kane,
Psychew.
Luke.
Mate. Clearly surfing Pikachu.
Okay, it's, the new Raichu is called Surfing Pikachu. And basically, Jahan wants us to talk about how
You know what?
Raichu was. Hold on a second, I'm not done. He was pushed out of the limelight by Pikachu, who was far cuter. But I mean, Jahan's in the chat, so he can probably tell us what he thinks. I'm just paraphrasing. He wants us to talk about like how we think it's good that Raichu is back in the limelight. Personally, I think this is a bad way for it to happen because I don't like this guy.
But it's so cute.
Yeah, it's all right.
Look at it, it's so cute.
Here's the thing.
His little face.
They took the most badass motherfucker.
Oh shit!
No giving a fuck Pokemon.
Talk about Raichu.
Wait, we're talking about Corfish? I thought,
No, we're not.
I thought we were talking
Hold
about
on.
Corfish.
Okay, no. All right, stop. I'm putting a pause on this.
Alolan Raichu is a transformation of Corfish.
All right, I need you all to just relax for a second. You brought up Corfish. I need to go. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. I need to go over what Luke sent me today. All right, I might even show it on the screen. So he started off by sending me a picture of Corfish. You cannot see that at all. That's terrible. Corfish, like punching forward like this.
Yeah,
and then he sends me...
The lighting in this is terrible.
Corfish fish.
Yes,
I say to him, I came to play.
Yes, you did.
He then sends me a picture of Corfish. And who is that Pokemon? Who is that Pokemon?
You don't know.
That is Cranidos.
Cranidos, looking all smug with like sunglasses.
That's right.
With the text, time for you to get down on your knees and say goodbye to the good old days, which I have no idea what that means.
Yes.
I send back, where are you finding this? He sends me a picture of Corfish grabbing onto Sea King's horn. And then he sends, I came to play, so get out of my way. And then I have a deep collection of Corfish imagery that I say, it's in an album labeled Dreams and Aspirations. He then sends me a picture of Corfish shaking claws with Kingler, which actually happened. And then he says, here he is meeting Kingler and shaking claws like a gentle crustacean. One word. I send back, oh my God. He then sends me a picture of Corfish on top of Ash, like mucking around with perhaps the funniest shit ever. Haha, yes, that's where I put them, including this amazing image of Corfish fucking Ash, missionary, because he doesn't give a damn if you want to spice things up in the bedroom. Corfish just fucks.
He does.
And then I go, holy shit, Luke. He sends back a picture of angry Corfish, just saying he came to play and there is a price to pay.
There is.
And that was the end of that because we need to talk about regular things.
And that is why Raichu is good.
Yeah.
We've established it.
No, sorry, I just need it because you came up with Corfish. Fucking hell, Corfish.
Crawdaunt.
You'll get it.
I'll get it one day.
Crawdaunt.
Yeah,
I am thinking of Crawdaunt. Yeah. So, thoughts on Pikachu? Raichu?
I like it. It's cute.
I think they really need to bring in
SnapThirty.
a lowland Corfish.
What?
A lowland Corfish.
They might. I
See,
feel like
I
they're
was
just going to do
thinking-
Gen 1.
See, I was thinking about that, but then they're all Gen 1s.
I think they're just going
Makes
to go
me
Gen
angry.
Because I thought it would be cool if they had an Alolan Solomon.
I'm getting angry now.
That'd be sweet.
1. That's a random one to choose.
Not really.
Salamence?
Why?
Well,
Not really.
Because he's a dragon?
No, because the
What
reason.
about a lowland Dragonite?
Oh, I'd love to see
Yeah,
that.
that'd be cool.
All right, he's a
Well, I agree with you.
Don't get angry at it.
Waiting to hear something?
Because the reasoning for Solomons would be it would fit in with the description.
I love SnapThirty. Everyone in the chat is just going, hashtag SnapThirty, hashtag SnapThirty 2016, hashtag SnapThirty. And then, yeah, bruh. I think we should soon, once we finish this, reveal our little secret.
Okay.
But we'll finish this talk first.
Yes. We have an announcement to make in a second.
Yes, a big one too, for those of you who live in Sydney. Zafira says there better be a kid Lieutenant Surge gym leader to go with cute Raichu. Ooh,
It's a shame there's no gyms.
Private Surge?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
Private Surge. Remember the war that he fought in?
Yeah.
There was a war, I guess.
Well, there was a war in X and Y.
There was a war.
We actually got to talk about Raichu. I want to do Jahan's, question of justice.
Let's bring it up.
I think they thought, hey, Raichu's cool. We want to bring Surfing Pikachu in, but we don't want to give it a surfboard and say that's a form change. So let's make this one fly around on its tail, surfboard style.
This is why they made it a psychic, right? So
that it had a reason for
floating
floating around on its tail.
Floatering around.
Going like, woo, look at me go, yeah.
Let's just not beat around the bush here.
It's cute.
The person who designed this, drew this shit, made this reality happen, what's his name? Ordino.
I think it just looks like a fusion between Ordino and original Raichu.
No one even remembers what original Raichu looked like.
I do.
He had spiky ears.
No one remembers anymore.
He had a hat, right?
They've retconned. Only Pikachu matters. Pikachu King.
He had a gun and a hat, didn't he?
I always liked Raichu more than Pikachu. As a flagship Pokemon, I don't really like Pikachu. I really think the flagship Pokemon should have been without a doubt, Sandshrew. No, should have always been Sandshrew.
Charizard?
No,
Sandile.
Who do you think should be
Sandile.
Sandile?
Bellsprout.
Bellsprout should have been the flagship Pokemon.
Now, you know, if you watch the anime, each generation kind of had a different main.
Oh.
Not Pikachu. They all did fucking have one. Like, the Dene is in the X and Y right now. But, there was a Pokemon that Ash got that became, the main, like Greninja is now.
Greninja is now because Japan is in love with Greninja.
Just like Corfish was
number one champion of the world.
Pokemon Advance.
Zafira says Magikarp should have been the flagship Pokemon. Polybius says Weepinbell. Well, Weepinbell's the flagship SnapThirty Pokemon.
Is it really?
Well, from the other live episode.
I have told you a million times, Sandile, and that's the end.
Well, who would be the without Weepinbell, because that goes without saying, who would be the SnapThirty flagship Pokemon?
Sandile! Snap or fucking Dial!
No. Well, our site it has a blue layout. Why wouldn't it be Totodile?
Because Sandile's better.
Not really.
Alright, paint Sandile fucking blue.
Kangaskhan.
Nah.
Oh man,
It's Australian. It's a kangaroo. It's a Japanese kangaroo.
SnapThirty
it's actually a Mongolian one.
We need
It's a
our
Mongolian Japanese kangaroo.
We need our own official Pokemon.
There's a lot to choose from.
How about that fucking that sandcastle?
Fuck you! Are you having a laugh right now?
What about
Sorry,
Meowth
sir.
Black?
Yes, Meowth Black.
Yeah,
He's come to fight Trunks.
He's come back to fight Trunks. Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot.
Alright, let's.
How about Raichu?
No,
Fuck off, man.
Alolan
everyone
Raichu.
forgets about Raichu. Nobody cares about him.
Well, Raichu's awesome.
Look, we're going round
He's
table
one of
now.
the coolest
Round table.
ones.
I'm going round table.
Fucking dick.
I forgot what I was even fucking saying now.
Yeah, we'll say it then.
Let's go round table.
Okay. What about it?
Carry on.
Choosing the Alolan Pokemon you want type changed.
You're right.
Right, say that the proper way around. Think about it and then say it.
Alolan Pokemon
I'll try to translate.
that you want to be on it.
So what he's saying is, what Pokemon from Gen 1 do you think should have an Alolan counterpart?
Gen 1?
Let's make it easier. Gen 1.
Oh, Graveler.
Just Graveler. And what would you do to Graveler?
I would make him a fireball.
Oh,
Okay.
from Volcano.
And his name would be Flamebar.
I got one.
They don't change the names.
I got one.
Go on.
Got one. I want Alolan Machamp, and on all four of his arms will have traditional Samoan and Hawaiian tattoos. Right? He'll also have cargo shorts. and like flip-flops, thongs.
And his name will be?
And his name will be, I don't know, something Samoan, like
Roman Reigns. A very Samoan, traditional Samoan name, Roman Reigns.
Just traditional Maori name.
Maori name,
Roman
Roman
Reigns.
Reigns.
Yeah. No, his name is going to just be a rock,
A-Rock.
not the rock.
A-Rock?
Yeah.
A-Rock?
A apostrophe rock.
You got one there, Kane?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good one.
John says Shaman Haunter, Ghost and Fairy, the Planeswalker.
I like that one.
Interesting.
I like that one.
What's a cool Pokemon? I'm trying to think of a good one.
Is someone good at drawing? Please draw Alolan Machamp.
Can someone draw a Flamer, please?
Flavor. It's just a pile of rocks on fire. Someone's lit on fire. Somehow they've gotten just pure stone to ignite.
That's
Here we
the
go.
magic there.
You
Kane's
can do a
got
funny
something.
one or a serious one.
I'm trying to think of both of them. I'm trying to think of a pun, but it's difficult to think of
No puns.
150 Pokemon and what are they up to now? 18 types?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Zafira says Scyther, but guys, you have to explain what they would look like too.
So what they would
Try to get the
change,
script.
how would they be changed and what type would they be? And what would their bullshit made up name be?
Oh, my the typing for Machamp would be
What type is he already fighting?
fighting. He would now be
Recycled Trubbish. That's a good one.
Fighting plus normal. Why would it be fighting?
Why would it be fighting? No, I like it. Because you could just be like a roll of toilet paper that says that it's just recycled rubbish.
Shite.
I love it. Alolan Machamp will be water and water and fire. Actually, Alolan Machamp will have 4 types.
I got a good
one
one
for each arm.
Alolan Ekans, and he has legs.
It's just Ekans with huge Maori guys' legs.
Yeah.
Also cargo shorts.
Yeah.
I think they all
And
need
his name would be Ekans backwards.
His name
not Snake. Ekans backwards
Yes,
is his
that's
name.
right, that's
Oh, if you can't beat that.
I don't know if I can beat Ekans.
I'm on fire!
Yeah, he is on fire tonight. You're kind of beating us out. Maybe it's this new jacket you got.
Mate, this jacket, it's changed my life, and I've worn it. I've worn it once. What can I say? I'm a new man.
John says Squirtle has ground and rock type. His name would be Turtle.
Good old Turtle.
I dig it.
Turtle.
I dig it.
Oh shit! Come on,
Kane.
Kane. You're usually like so. You're supposed to be like the one that does this kind of stuff. You come up with the funny puns.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think.
Sexy jacket.
Yeah.
SnapThirty.
It is SnapThirty.
Sexy jacket is SnapThirty.
Luke's phone is just ringing.
Who's calling you here?
Who's calling you this time of night?
Sorry, I'll just crotch it.
Yeah, crotch it.
Oh, don't put your phone under your penis.
Zafira says Charmander has a flying type. Call it Flymander.
I gotta bring up a list of.
Okay, no.
No,
You're supposed to go off the dome.
He's
bro.
listed it. He's listing
He's listed it. That's it. SnapThirty. That's it. We've descended into hell.
That's not even a thing.
Yeah, SnapThirty. We've descended into hell.
We done.
That's it. Oh, we've peer pressured him out of a list.
I'm trying to think of anything
Relisted.
funny.
Realistic.
What's a good one?
What's shit? We came up with 2 really good ones. I like Snake backwards.
Snake Ekans backwards. I think we're just gonna call it like leg Ekans or something.
Leg Ekans.
Leg Ekans.
That is something I would make up. So
Ekans
Points to you.
so it's leg snake
points
backwards.
to you for copying my name. I would have thought up if you hadn't said it.
You didn't say it.
Yeah. Kudos.
Oh, kudos to you, Dos.
Kudos to you, Dos.
Any more guys?
Primate.
Primate.
Oh,
Do go on.
I'm trying to think of what I would call it.
What's
you know what your problem is? You're thinking too hard.
Yeah, fair enough. Electric type.
He's piggybacking on your joke,
He's piggybacking on my joke.
which has not arrived yet, which I'm still waiting
What
on.
would I call it though? Oh, you
Yeah,
can call
but
it pre-evolution
sorry.
would be
Yeah.
Shock the Mankey, but I don't know what you would call it.
John says evolved primate man. New type trainer type. He replaces your trainer. Oh fucking hell, John, you're on fire tonight. Charmeleon equals Skymeleon Charizard Sky Yeezard. That'll be $3 million. Thanks, Nintendo. Says Zafira. Oh my god. Zafira says they should.
What's up?
What are you doing? Don't do that. Leave him alone. You can come back to it later, buddy.
What?
Your funny idea.
Well, I already came up with Shock the Mankey. I don't know what more you want from
I
me.
did not hear that at all. What'd you call it?
Shock the Mankey.
I love it.
I don't know what primate will be called.
Doesn't have to be anything.
Sparky primate. That's improv,
On
people.
fire.
That's it. No, on electric.
On fire.
On electric, please.
Oh shit. Ooh. Hey, how you doing? Alright,
What was your one again?
Hey, mine was Samoan Machamp. I think
That's not even a type. That's a racial profiling.
Ooh. Maori Machamp.
Malchamp.
Malchamp. Alright. Shall we
what?
Shall we reveal our little
we
bit of
dance?
news?
Yes, I guess so.
Shall we? You want to drum roll it?
No, don't drum roll, 'cause
literally.
it's gonna
Not
be-
literally. Just like do a bit of
Don't.
unnecessary. I meant just like hype it up a bit.
Everybody, oh my god, there's a mad announcement. Oh, Frank, what is the news, mate? Good.
We're making a Pokemon game.
It's called
I can't see
Pokemon.
what
It's called Pokemon Crocodile.
Pokemon Crocodiles.
It's
Every-
only gonna have crocodile-based Pokemon.
Every Pokemon is water type.
Crocodile from here till Sandile. It's gonna be snapping all over the place.
It's called Pokemon Snap.
Different entire game. Pokemon Snap 30.
Pokemon Snap
It's
different.
going to be a disappointment. It's going to be the sequel we've all wanted, but not going to be actually good because no one knows how to make a game. Luke had the idea. He went to Nintendo. They said, absolutely, Luke Halliday, Sama, we'll let you make this game. Basically, he said to them, I want to make a sequel to Pokemon Snap, but brand name it us. And they went, cool, then you'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's Pokemon Snap, but you can only take selfies. So,
With Pokemon.
no, just of the guy.
No, not even with
No,
Pokemon.
just of, what's his name, Todd? Just of the guy.
Right, okay, so it's
You
Pokemon
can't see
Snap.
any Pokemon at all.
It does have Instagram integration. You can.
There are filters.
There are
yes.
different filters.
There is
you
a,
can look like a dog,
yeah, you can
not
maybe-
a Growlithe.
You can have the
Well,
Ekans
we're-
filter, so you look
we're
like your name
working
spelled
on,
backwards.
We're working on integration with Felatio Cam, but
Yes, we are. Felatio Cam makes a return. Hashtag SnapThirty 2016.
still trying to get the work out the kinks.
And there's a
God,
mark.
there's so many kinks. So many. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just a lot of kinks that we need
A
to
lot of
integrate.
kinks that need to be
Yeah.
Don't Fonz. Don't act like the Fonz. You're nowhere near cool enough.
needs to be integrated.
Hey, how you doing?
What a terrible game that would be.
So,
It was a real announcement.
the real announcement. This is legit now. No more jokes.
Yeah, this is
full
for serious.
Couple weeks in the making. Maybe even a little bit more than that.
Frank's pregnant.
This comes back. This goes back to podcast
Yes, Luke.
episode. You make it up as you go, where we said, "Hey, do you think we should have a panel at the next Smash convention in Sydney?" A lot of you said nothing.
I was one of those people.
Yeah,
I
Kane
was one of
said.
those.
Kane actually said no. He turned to me. He shook. He said no. I said, "Oh, all right, Kane." And then
he immediately said to Luke, I'm going to defy him.
Yes.
Luke was asleep because remember, Luke falls asleep on podcast now.
He falls asleep about the time Frank starts demanding to leave.
Yeah. Good night.
We're a close-knit group.
Good night.
I'm not even on camera.
I'm gonna head off.
I'm already gone.
Did we finish it?
No, we're not finished yet.
Okay.
Basically, long story short, but I really wanted to drum roll a bit more. We contacted Smash, the Sydney Manga and Anime Show. Is that right?
Yeah.
And we totally have a panel. This Smash, the Sunday of this Smash, I believe it's the 21st of August. It will go from 12 till 1, and we'll basically be talking about SnapThirty and how to get started in the industry.
Which we clearly know how to do.
Well, I mean, we did it. We did it.
Yeah, you know,
We have contacts with Bandai Namco, with Square Enix, with Nintendo now, who came to us. Actually, the people who are promoting the upcoming English release of the Digimon Adventure Tri films, they contacted us personally. We can't do much about that because they're in America, but they came to us and said, "Hey, SnapThirty, yada yada yada." We have people actually coming to us. Idea Factory. That was not one of our contacts that we went looking for. They came to us. We have contacts with Tecmo Koei and whatnot. This isn't just name dropping. We're just explaining why.
Frank, allow me to get my
Who else?
allow me to get my list of names. Oops, I dropped it.
Oh no. Yeah, so we are going to be there on the Sunday. We're just going to talk about this, and we're going to try to make it fun and inclusive. And it'd be awesome if any of you could come. It really would. And Kane's joke aside, we are, we are still up and coming, but I feel like we have done things that some people could not. We used to work at a company together, and we strayed from that, did our own thing, and I think we have something to be proud of.
I agree.
And I think Smash also can see that, otherwise they wouldn't have accepted us. So,
I mean, between the three of us, there's like nearly, combined nearly a decade of experience in doing this whole.
And 8 of those years are Luke's.
Yeah. No, I've been at this for so very long now, and you guys have been at it for how many years? 3+ years.
yeah,
now.
about that.
It's in that small time, it's come a long way, and there's a lot of things that I think that we could talk about, and I think there's people that will be going to Smash will be interested to hear what we have to say. So
I mean, look, I don't know how many don't know how many of you are in the chat right now, but I feel like we have a small but dedicated audience that I don't even like to consider audiences, but friends. I've played games with Zafira online.
Yeah.
We've hung out with Roland.
Yeah.
You know, like Frankie, Briz Frankie, as you guys would know,
from
has come down to see us, and we hung out with her for a couple of days. Like, we're more friends than anything else.
There's a reason we say Snap family on Twitter.
That's right. So yeah, like if any of you can come down, that would be awesome. Just like, not even for the sake of coming to see us, but just come and like hang out and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're hoping to, I don't know, build some sort of competition.
Yeah.
We're going there to explain how to be better than us.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? We're inspiring people.
Right. No, but I mean, some people don't, I guess people don't think this can be a thing. And while we don't get paid for that kind of shit, this kind of shit, we still do it. And there have been times, I mean, I think we spoke about this briefly last week because you weren't on last week's podcast because you were sick. We spoke about getting contacted by a company who wanted to give us money to advertise on our site.
Yeah.
And we ended up saying no because I looked into the site that this man was trying to promote, and it was a gambling site.
Yeah.
And it had nothing, it had vaguely to do with Pokemon. It was meant to be about Pokemon. So I said no. We could have made a bit of money off that, but I didn't think it was worth, I guess, defying what we kind of stand for. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
I think the one thing that, and I think this is why we made SnapThirty to begin with, and why we left Capsule Computers, is that it got to a point with that previous website where the whole idea of integrity and fun and joy, like the thrill of writing an article or the thrill of writing a review was lost.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it just became something, I don't know, unfulfilling. And I never wanted SnapThirty to become that, and I'm happy to say it hasn't, because this is for all of us, it's a passion project, and it's sad to say for us, but there is no anime journalism money-making business in Australia.
No, there's not.
It's not like if we were in Japan and we were fluent in Japanese and we were anime experts and wrote about anime for a Japanese website, maybe we can make money then. But in Australia, anime is niche, so doing something like this is something that takes a lot of time, passion, commitment, and you've got to love it to be able to do it. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are interested in doing this and reviewing things and all of that. But if you can't, find some kind of fulfillment in it, you're not going to want to do it. And,
that's right.
I can't be giving away the panel right now. But
no, but this is what it's pretty much going to be like.
It's going to be something like that. And
you wanted to get together and talk about what we're going to say on the panel. This is it.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the realities of it. And I know there's people out there. We've had people who've come and tried to write for us before, and it didn't always work out because sometimes what you imagine it to be is not the case.
That's right.
You're not going to go and write and review anime and make $1 million.
No, doesn't happen.
That's the unfortunate fact of the world. But if you really enjoy it and you really love it, you'll find some fulfillment in it, even if it is sitting in front of a camera and talking to a group of people that have been, following us for how long, and people that I would consider friends.
Yeah.
And
look at us right now. Like we're in a bedroom. This is what this is.
This is Kane's dungeon, as we call it.
It just happens to be like dolled up with pop culture shit, which is rad.
Yeah.
And it's probably the best place to record. But we do anything we can. That's the main point. I think we can only do what we can do. And at the end of the day, it sometimes gets hard because you want to be able to go, well, screw my day job. Let's do this. Because, I remember probably about a year ago, you and I, Luke, I don't think you could at the time, but we took a week off.
Yeah.
We took 7 days off. And we didn't go on a holiday. We dedicated it to the site.
Yeah.
I think we got like an extra 200, 300 followers on like our social media, and our daily visits rose because we put everything we could into the website.
Yeah.
If the three of us could do that, we could do that, and we could make it so much better than it is now. But I mean, times are tough, I suppose. We've still got to work.
Yeah.
So the site doesn't get updated as much, but we still come here for the podcast. And when I see you guys talking on Twitter and stuff, when I see Briz Frankie or Zafira or Roland, I mean, I follow all you guys personally. And when I see you all talking to each other, I think that's rad. I think it's awesome when you all jump into the chat and you can't stop talking because you're actually friends.
Yeah.
That's a pretty rad feeling. And even if it's 5, 10 people, like, who cares, you know?
No,
And you can't forget Jahan, who's just said, I'm the Ringo star of the team. I mean, Jahan has been in this particular business for a decade.
Longer than me.
He's the ringer. He'll be like, I'm going to go do some stuff and not do an article. And then he's like, oh, by the way, I wrote this like 5,000 word think piece on Godzilla.
And he gets mad. And he gets mad
everyone.
hits.
All right, I'm going to go back until I have something else to write about.
You know, and like, it's articles like that Jahan wrote, that Godzilla one, that I know he looks at it and just takes pride in that article because how much time and effort and detail. That article's been sitting in the back end for 3 months.
Yes.
Of the site, sitting in the back end for 3 months, getting worked on by Jahan. And I know he's put so much time into it. And like, I've seen there's a comment on there where some guy's like, I'm going to use this article as like a guide for my movie night or something like that. Like Jahan went through saying which ones are worth watching, which ones are, you know,
A little bit worse. And,
you know, and I like just getting a comment like that. I know when I get comments like that on my articles, it makes it all worth it.
I think so.
You know,
I love Jahan's articles. He always does these mad, as you said, these like think pieces that they're always great. Jahan's always the first person to like he texts me and say, "Hey, you've done good." Or I always kind of go to Jahan as well, and he can vouch for this. If ever I'm a little bit worried about a particular article, I'll always go to him. Like I think he sent me a message about my Tokyo Mirage sessions, and he was like, "No, great article." And I was like, "Are you sure?" I thought I whiffled on. Jahan's he knows what he's doing, and you know, while he's not here on the podcast, we need to.
That's why we do those discussion ones as well.
Yeah, the weekly
because we like
tables.
We like to do the reviews and stuff. And like we said, the reason we left the other one is because we weren't really able to talk in our own.
No, we're using someone else's voice.
I don't know if you read the reviews that we put out. We all write very differently.
Yeah, we do.
And it's fun. I like being able to write whatever I want. That's it's fun.
A lot of websites you go to, and the website has a voice or a tone, and every article is written in the exact same way. And it seems like it's written by one person when really it's written by about 30 people. Like, say, I don't know, Kotaku, for example. Any Kotaku article reads the same. That's just my personal opinion. But I like to think that if you read a SnapThirty article, you can read it and go, oh, that was written by Frank, or that was written by Kane, or that was written by Luke, or that was written by Jahan, you know?
Luke's will generally have references to either production techniques or other anime comparisons where they're like, this is actually very similar to something that was in trend around the time of Rurouni Kenshin.
Very, very technical.
Actually, this.
Yours tends to be like, you like to make jokes that actually make sense in context of what you're writing. I notice you with a few things you do, you'll make like little jokes here and there. You don't agree?
I do, I guess. I just can't. Yeah, probably. I like to make jokes.
I like the humor you have in yours, Kane.
Like you always make a joke, but it makes sense. It's not just put there for the sake of like this is a joke.
And like as much as it like can frustrate that you always play devil's advocate in reviews, it works in a way. Like that's like you always kind of look at it from both sides in a very even way.
Like I like your little thing that's like. And you do it a lot, and you always end a lot of either articles, entire articles, or paragraphs. You'll say all this information, then you'll be like, and also this thing. I like this thing. And you know you do that, right? Yeah. Like with the lizard, I think Salandit. You're like all these Pokemon and Salandit. He's best or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you'll just say like your little tiny personal opinion, and that just says a lot. I like that. I like that kind of stuff.
Because as much as I can, I do. As much as it's honest, I do feel bad when I have to be negative about something.
Yeah,
so I usually like to leave it on the most positive note that I can.
You know,
for the sake of someone leaving it going, oh yeah, maybe.
What do they call it? They call it a praise kick praise sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
praise,
yeah.
kick the shit out of it,
And then
and
praise.
a little bit of praise.
Yeah.
So like you begin it, and you're like, oh, So for example, my Arslan game review.
Poor Arslan game.
Yeah, shit game. Sorry, it's a shit game. There's the kick already. No, but so
where's the top piece of bread?
Yeah.
This only has the middle and the bottom piece.
That was a pre-kick. That was the olive on top of the bread.
The olive.
That was
That's
the
my
pre. You were like,
favorite.
what was that?
So here's an example. So praise. The Arslan Hero Legend of Arslan series
You should slide in, Kane.
is a fantastic series. That really was a great idea to be a great idea and seemingly good idea for a fit in the Dynasty Warriors game style. Unfortunately, the game is a fucking bag of horseshit that no one put any time into. Seemingly directly lifts maps from previous games.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it really could have been a good game in this sort of thing because the Arsenal series is so good, but unfortunately it was not. That said, the Dynasty Warriors core game is still there, which has always been pretty much fun.
For half an hour.
For half an hour. Praise, kick, praise.
There you go.
Praise, kick, praise. Praise, kick, praise.
But
Olive on top.
Olive on top. A powerful sandwich.
the rest will be left to the panel.
Yeah.
We don't want to give too much away.
There we go.
Spoilers.
I would like to talk about something along the lines of like Omega Force and the Dynasty Warriors game. So this earlier. Kane, I don't know if you want to bring up a trailer just for us to watch. Kane's back on. We managed to get from Tecmo Koei quite an early copy of the new Attack on Titan game by Omega Force. I believe it's the Wings of Humanity, I think is what it's called. Tecmo Koei sent us a message and just said, hey, yo, want this? And we were like, yeah. And I took on the review, so I've been playing it. It is incredible. No, Wings of Humanity is the bad one. Shit.
Wings of Mankind?
No. Oh, shit. What's it called?
Search
Yeah,
Omega Force.
Yeah. Wings of Humanity is the shit one on the 3DS. The one made by Omega Force is called... God, why? How have I not... Attack on Titan. Whatever it is.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, you can look it up. Sorry.
Words.
So, laid out like a Dynasty Warriors game. But as I said to Luke earlier, which I hate saying out loud because I want to say it in my review, I feel like
Wings of Freedom.
It is perhaps the best game I have ever played of Omega Force. Almost like all the mechanics developed through previous games was perfected for this game. The mechanics of swinging and fighting are difficult enough that you actually feel somewhat stressed when you're getting, surrounded by Titans, but not difficult enough that you can't dig your way out of it.
See, I'll say this to you, Frank. When I seen this game was being made by Omega Force, I must say I just sighed. I was like, great.
No.
Because, look, if we look at Omega Force's history, like, they haven't altered the standard and basic gameplay formula of Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors in, 15 years?
Yeah.
If you go and play Dynasty Warriors on PlayStation 2, it plays very much the same as it plays today.
Pretty much.
And when they announced this Attack on Titan one, I said, fuck, how are they going to do, something, different here? And can they really do Attack on Titan justice? Because, look, we love Attack on Titan. It's an amazing, epic series, great concept, and it's just one of those things that you think, man, imagine if they made a really good game of this.
This is it.
And I really want to get my hands on this now because, I just had such a bad taste in my mouth of Arslan that I'm keen to have something good,
Next time we're all free, you guys can come around to mine and we'll play. Roland has asked, is it as complicated as Freedom Wars in comparison? This game is a lot tighter than Freedom Wars. Like I said, once you've played through the tutorial, which is not as tutorially as you expect, actually fits into the story. You start off by training against those dummies, like they have in the anime. Yeah, I just looked at that.
Yeah.
More like Arslan, right, Luke?
That's right.
This game is super tight. I just think it's great. Like, so if you've played the game that they released, the fan game, the browser-based game, remember we played that once for
with
a
the
video?
really bad controls. Yeah.
Yeah, it is as if Omega Force came in, took that concept, and went, "We're going to make it into a fully fledged game." Tightened it up, made it so that you actually. It is not one of those games where like you're supposed to be beaten by the Titans. The Titans are realistically dangerous. You can be Titan Eren.
Yep.
You know, you can't just, if you're Eren, you can't just turn into Titan Eren. It's like story based.
See, my biggest concern with this game was the same concern I have with all the entire franchise of Dynasty Warriors and Warriors games.
Yep.
Is that it's just, you're just this guy and there's hordes of enemies and they are very easy to kill.
No.
So it's nothing like that.
So, you know, in like a Dynasty Warriors game, as soon as you come onto the map, there's thousands of enemies.
Yep.
In this game, usually there'll be about a dozen Titans spread out across, like you're not straight away in the middle of it.
Right.
You start in the outskirts and it's your job to go and find them. So they're on the map and you just got to go and find them. And basically so I'll explain to you what a level is like. You're on a big circular map. You start off, let's say, in the middle, and then after
that trailer looks awesome.
Yeah, it's quite good. Is that? Oh, sorry, that was God of War for a second.
Yeah, it's a different trailer entirely.
So then basically things like there'll be distress beacons, like the flares.
Yep.
You'll see them in the distance. Then down the bottom, it'll do that thing where, you know, like in Dynasty Warriors, they'll talk to you down the bottom. And it'll be like, oh, someone's in trouble. So you'll zip over there, save someone. Then you get supplies. In this game, you have to refuel the gas and you have to change blades. You have to.
Okay.
You run out of gas and your blades dull. So you have to find a safe spot, find someone that will give you blades. You can upgrade your gear so that it can hold more blades or bigger gas canisters, or your tethers are stronger, so you can hold on to bigger Titans and like without them knocking you away.
Yeah.
Every character has a different play style. So usually almost the exact same mechanics. But like I said to you earlier, Armin has this thing where he can actually command troops directly. So if you just aim at the nape of the neck and hit circle, one of your troop members will come in and try to attack that because he's not as strong as everyone else. You can go around, and if you save people, you'll just find people zipping around the map. And when you get close to them, they will land near you, and you can recruit them to your team.
That's pretty cool.
So you can have a team of 4. You can have just random soldiers, or you can have, if you see Gene on the battlefield, you go and grab him.
So it sounds like they've built this game from the ground up.
Yeah.
No real major traces of Dynasty
Not
Warriors.
really, apart from like the visuals. You know, they're similar, but they're pretty good. Also, a thing with Armin is that the troops that you have in your team, they start off as C rank.
Yep.
The more they kill Titans, the stronger they get. Almost like you're training them like Pokemon.
That's cool.
Like you get to go A rank and they'll take down Titans quick smart.
See, this game was completely off my radar the second I heard it was Omega Force, but I actually really want to play it now.
Dude, worth playing.
I trust your opinion. I reckon this could be like the Attack on Titan game we've really been dying for, because 3DS was horse shit.
I'll say this: I played it probably 2 days ago when I downloaded it, and then I was working. I could not stop thinking about playing it. And I came out today. It was my day off today. I played it for about 2 hours, and I enjoyed it. And I only stopped playing because my eyes started to hurt. And I was like, I need to go have a shower and go pick up Luke.
Which, in case people don't know, that's pretty good endorsement from Frank, because he can barely sit through one episode of an anime before he gets fidgety.
We watched 3 Berserk movies in a row. That was probably almost 5 hours, 4.5 hours. Dude, that was fucking hell for me. Love the movies, but
welcome to my style.
Yeah, I know your style is the opposite of mine.
Style.
But yeah, and you can get different upgrades. So like I have something called it's in German, but they're 2 big combat knives, and you can get different maneuver gear. So like maybe it's faster, but it like or it's like Jacob just says like all of the demon wraith that was in Berserk.
Oh my God.
Like some blades take down easier but wear out easier, stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure you can also play multiplayer, which would be rad. And like you can like if a Titan grabs you, you can break your way out, or one of your teammates will come and save you. Like your teammate will come and cut off its arm, and then you'll be dropped. It's a really good game.
Like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, like Monster Hunter. I mean, like people will say it gets boring because you do the same thing over and over again, but it's a game like it to me. It almost feels like an arcade game. Like you want to play another level of Time Crisis.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's probably a bad way to put it, but it's like no. I want to do this. Like I want to go and play. Yeah, you can go Titan mode. Jacob G says Titan mode confirmed. You can become a Titan. It's in the trailer anyway. What's that, Luke? What are you reading?
Roland, Shingeki no Kyojin game out on the Vita 2, ain't it?
I think it's on the Vita. We got it on the PS4.
I think on the wiki I was looking up, it did say Vita.
Vita. But we got it on the PS4. I would feel
like the Vita version would have the same problem that I had with Freedom Wars, is that there weren't enough shoulder buttons.
So the shoulder buttons in this R2 or L2, shit. One of them swaps to combat mode. So you have like roam mode where basically you're just like shooting and zipping around. When a Titan turns up, an arrow comes up and points where the Titan is. You hit R1 and the camera shifts to the Titan, and then you're pinpointing limbs. So you move with the right stick to what limb you want to get. It shows you the health, and then you can zip towards it.
Well, yeah, that's just my
awesome.
In general. When it comes to action games on the Vita, I like the Vita, but yeah, action games, it feels like there's not enough controls. I had the same problem I did with Freedom Wars as Gravity Rush. It just felt a little bit chaotic because it felt like if you had those 2 extra buttons, it would be a lot more helpful.
PS4 is worth it.
Instead of like, press this button and then this button. You're like, well, it could just be that button.
I don't know about the Vita, what it feels like on the Vita, but the PS4 feels real natural. Like, during the tutorial mission, I found it so hard to play, but now that I'm about 3 hours in, not even, maybe, well, I played a bunch today, but before today, I was probably an hour and a half in, I was like ready to go. I was working off instinct. Like you hit square to zip line in, and you can like hit down X and you'll like boost towards, and then it'll slow down for like 2 seconds. You'll see like a little flash on the screen. If you hit triangle at the right time, it'll go into a cutscene where you like cut them. Or different people have different things. Like with Mikasa, if you cut at the wrong moment, it inflicts some damage, but it's not a one-shot kill. But if you quickly tap triangle, she'll go for another cut. Shit like that.
Oh,
like
okay.
It's very character-based. Like Levi, I think, is the fastest because he is the fastest. Like Eren is just all around.
So it's like a Japanese game. You either know nothing or everything, and hell to the people in between. That tends to be my experience with games.
No, it's not. It's not to the level of like Monster Hunter, if that's what you're referring to.
I mean, that just seems to be a trend in general, with not even like action games, RPGs as well. They throw everything at you, and you're like, I have zero idea what I'm doing. And then after a few hours, you're like, press this button, go to this.
Do this, do that.
I'm here. So some of the other games you can. I think it's just again a difference in the split. Like a lot of Western games, you pick it up and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know if I do, like I can get through this.
It goes from being this game is going to be hard to just natural instinct. How do I get out of this situation? And you just do it. That's what I feel like it's been for me. This, without spoiling the review too much, is a near perfect game. If the visuals were a little bit better, like sometimes they're a little bit janky, and if it told the story of Attack on Titan better, like it's not that it just is telling the exact same story, but it has to cut out things. It would be a perfect game.
Can you be Potato Girl?
I'm sure you can unlock her. I have not yet. I've unlocked the main. So Zafira asked, how hard is the game itself? Do the Titans feel like a real threat? Yeah, they definitely feel like a threat, but not one that you can't overcome. Like today I was playing and Crystal was talking to me, and I was just like, I killed about 5 Titans that were like crowding me.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't hear what I said, did you? I'm like, no, because I was needed to focus on that. But if I focused on it, I felt like I could get out of it. But if I was just fucking around, I would have died. But it was one of those things where I was like, it didn't feel like I couldn't do it. It felt like I could. I just needed to give myself the full chance to do it. It's an awesome game. I love it. I love it. I think it's great. If you guys actually had time to play it, which you will, because I'll let you come over and play it.
Man, I'm excited. I want to get it.
Send out the invite.
Yeah. Are you guys free tomorrow? I'm busy.
Work.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Son of a bitch. Dangle that carrot, you son of a bitch.
You guys free today? I'm busy.
Oh.
You suck. You straight up suck.
Yeah, that's my little contribution.
Peace. I gotta go. I'm tired.
Anyway, I'm out.
Oh, you got
Luke's
me,
falling asleep.
You got me interested now,
Luke's
man.
falling asleep. As much as I was over Attack on Titan, like I kind of did get over it. I guess
just
because
wait-
it came out 3 years ago or
Just
whatever,
wait until season 2 eventually ever comes out.
which is meant to be what, 2017?
Next year.
I don't know, but they should, because they went, you know what, we'll hold off on Attack on Titan and bring out the Attack on Titan kind of like show.
So Zafira says, sounds great. So easy if you know how, but punishes if you slip up. Kind of. Basically what I'm saying is if you do slip up, you just need to get back on your feet quickly and get yourself out of there. It gives you chances. It's not as bad as like a Dark Souls. Like, I have not died once, and I've played for about 4 hours, 5 hours.
Just don't mess up.
I just don't mess up.
Don't
It's
mess
too
up,
good.
man.
Just be perfect in games. Like they expect you to be.
Mm.
Never make a mistake.
Roland's just saying she doesn't have a PS4, she has a PS Vita.
I don't know.
Then
how
chuck
to
on the
do
PS Vita. I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll probably make some sort of changes so that you don't use the R2 and L2. But I'm not sure how it plays on the Vita. I only know how it plays on the PS4.
Couldn't they use that back touch?
I'm
for
sure they
something?
could. Yeah, I'm sure they could. Not that they do in a lot of games. to be
No,
honest.
forget that's even a thing.
Yeah, I totally keep forgetting that exists.
Mm.
Did
But
they
yeah.
use that in Freedom Wars at all?
Not that I can remember.
What games do use that?
Shit, there
Probably
was.
rhythm games.
I would say rhythm games would, but they would also use the front touch pad too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know. The idea of back touchpad, I never really understood.
I guess because your fingers are always there anyway.
Yeah.
I still find the Vita a bit difficult to hold. I like the Vita. It's got some cool games on there, but it's not the most comfortable thing to hold in the world.
Nah.
It's a little bit too small. And I'm like, how do I hold this properly? How do I go? Because the analog things are so small. I'm like, no, I need.
Well, my original 3DS, I never upgraded my 3DS. My original 3DS is still pretty small in my hand, but I know it kind of still feels comfortable the way I hold it.
Because you have the 3DS, right? The first
The
one.
original one, yeah, the blue one.
Mm. I traded off for the bigger one because I was like, I play games. I'll get this.
Yeah.
And then I did get this, and it was fun.
Fuck you.
Hey,
Hey man,
so settle down.
hey buddy, you
I
alright?
gotta catch up on a lot of things. I haven't
Okay.
played Fire Emblem
he's
yet.
just shy. He's just shy.
I was thinking about that the
It's
other
like,
day. I still haven't gotten around to playing Fire Emblem.
play Conquest.
I want to play Conquest.
Conquest.
That was the
more
original
than
one that
Birthright.
interested
Why didn't
me.
you play Fire Emblem as well?
That was the one that interested me when they first came out. It was Birthright and Conquest. Like, Conquest looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah, Conquest is really good.
I've
I've not finished it.
maybe just because in anime style, there's a lot of samurai stuff because it's anime. And I was like, oh, Medieval's a bit refreshing in an anime
Medieval's
standpoint, at least from what I'd seen. I know it's out there, but I just haven't really watched too much of it. But
This is a better game. I feel like they
Conquest looked cool.
put a lot of effort into Conquest and maybe like half the effort into Birthright. I played through all of Birthright. It's pretty easy. Conquest is fucking hard.
Mm.
I haven't touched it in a while, but I guess because I've been playing Soul Silver and I've just been doing other things. I guess.
Well, I've been playing Monster Hunter still.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to play with you, but our fucking internet doesn't seem to like us playing games
No,
together.
or talking to each other.
Skype doesn't work. Monster Hunter doesn't
Doesn't
bloody work.
Kane, your Skype fucking makes
Why
me
is it
so
me?
angry. Hey, Frank, you gotta admit, it's his Skype that's fucking up, right?
I'm not going to condemn anyone, but the evidence there suggests that it's your issue, or at least, well, do you have problems with him?
Yes.
And I have problems with you. I never have problems with you.
No. That's why I only have problems with yours, Kane.
Well, I know what the issue would be. It's just an application you download.
That's good.
But
I'm on fucking Matt's fully pumped up, best MBN, whatever fucking internet
it's that
is.
NAT type thing, whatever.
And
That's probably the issue.
You're on the shittiest, slow dial-up net.
Totally doesn't matter. Totally doesn't matter. Figure it out.
Internet is not good.
It's also the yeah, it happens on the PlayStation.
PlayStation
It's
4.
like, do you want to form a chat
that's-
party, and it won't let you.
That's a load of bullshit. I hate that.
It comes up for 2 seconds, and I hear Luke go, "Are you there?" And I say, "Yes, I am." And then I hear Luke say, "I guess he's not there." And it cuts out, and we can't talk to each other. And then we text each other Skype, and I go, "Okay." And then we try and go on Skype, and it doesn't work.
Never works.
And then eventually we either give up, or someone just calls someone and puts it on speaker.
Yeah, that's literally we're playing Overwatch. We like legit just bloody called and put on speaker.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about this. This is going to lead us into like another good segment. Johanna said, "Are you lads ready for a roundtable?" I would like to pitch that if Jahan has a good theme for a roundtable, we should do like a live roundtable.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Just do it off the cuff. Jahan, whatever your theme is, throw it to us, and it goes to the audience as well. Until that, let's talk about how internet sucks.
It does.
Can't deal with
All I
Skype, man.
do
Cannot deal with
is
Skype.
play a bit of Monster Hunter, because until the luster of the new game wears off and I just get annoyed that I keep getting destroyed by a T-Rex that's on fire, I'm like, let's play a game. I've been playing a bit. I played one of those download missions and managed to jump ahead and get some cool armor stuff.
Yeah.
And upgrade my weapon. And I was like, cool, I'm going to play this now. And then I said to Frank, let's play. And then, error, internet connection, cannot play. I'm like, that's cool.
Oh,
Give
no.
me more time to train my Pokemon. You want to see my Psyduck?
Yes, I duck. So it's on the newest technology, the Poke Walker.
That's Psyduck.
Can I see him?
It's a her. Okay.
Can I
Her
see-
name is Gamma,
Can I see Gamma?
as in Gamma Ray.
Gamma little
Gamma Ray. 'Cause I like the song Gamma Ray, and
Oh,
also
okay.
it's like psychic type. So my 4 Pokemon before we move on to Jahan's thing is a Houndour called Nero.
Nero? Brother Nero?
No, as in Nero from 91 Days.
The Devil May Cry.
Brother Nero? I knew
Brother
he'd
Nero.
come.
The last deletion.
Oh my god.
I have a Psyduck called Gamma, a lady Psyduck. I have a Raticate called Forval. Forval, who's currently in my PC because he's way over leveled because I've been using him alone for probably 3 gyms. I have a what else do I have? Oh shit! I have a Meowth called Luck.
Yeah.
Named after Luck Gandor from Bakano.
Just watched that opening the other day.
Yep. But it's a
Poor
girl.
Luck.
It's still a girl.
Luck Gandor. Was he the one?
And I have a Heracross called Dynus
Dynus.
because it's part of the subspecies Dynastinae. So I called it Dynus.
That was a wiki search.
Yep.
I like that one.
Was Luck the one that got drowned in a barrel?
Um,
That was Luck, right?
Probably. Anyway, moving on to what Jahan has said.
Roundtable time.
Live roundtable. Times when we have given up on our shonen heroes, whether it was the fan/reader or characters within the manga's universe.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
This
Because I
is-
feel like this is just going to lead back to fucking Bleach.
So, alright, so it could.
As it always does, which we had a discussion off podcast where I reminded Frank and Luke about characters in the Bleach universe that actually existed and they forgot about entirely.
Pretty interesting topic because it could have like
Represent Keigo
two
Asano.
different connotations here, whether it was the fans slash readers or the characters in the story themselves. So like
Right.
times where the characters in the story gave up on the hero, like you fucking are a dickhead.
No, I think what he's saying is what made you give up on the hero, whether it was the fans,
Yeah.
perhaps like loving them too much and that makes you hate them, or the character itself.
Hmm.
Is that what you mean, Jahan? I don't know. It could be taken 2 ways. I want to try to not make it about Bleach because I feel like my thoughts on Bleach are so obvious.
Yes, it does end this week. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yes.
What I said, he says. So whether it was the fans giving up on the character or the characters in the story themselves.
But is that's affecting our view on that? Times when we get up on our shonen, or is he saying we as
This
in
is
we
the
in general?
clarification that usually also occurs off camera.
Yeah.
Right? But, welcome
when
to
you
the
say we, you
process.
mean we as a whole or we individually? Because I don't know when we as a whole gave up on things because I think I don't like Ichigo anymore and I haven't for years, but a lot of people clearly do.
Pick either, he said. Okay, so I guess we'll do our own personal ones.
Sure.
So you can start. I used to talk about Ichigo.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about Ichigo. I got to think of someone that's a little bit less obvious than like Ichigo or Naruto. But I'm trying to think of shonen, like a shonen series that I gave up on.
Is there any series at all? Maybe it doesn't have to be shonen.
Sure.
Is it just a character that made you give up on a show or something? Or
well, I mean, the only things I can think of are like Bleach, because I dislike Ichigo. I think he's a bad main character, but I know that will get some sort of argument from many people out there. I'm just trying to think. Do you have anything?
One that comes to mind, because we're looking at a picture of him, is Eren Yeager. I feel like I'll
consider the shonen, right?
Oh yeah, I'll say mine. It's in Kodansha's equivalent of Shonen Jump. For me, I look at it with Eren. It got to a point of his character where I felt his actions and his personality became to a point where he was just unlikable, and I viewed him in a way that I didn't want him to succeed, because I felt like he was not really he had the best intentions. Like, he always had the best intentions, but like I felt like
he had a bad way of going about it.
And like his actions more often than not resulted in many people's deaths.
I'm trying to remember how much he actually would change.
My favorite,
because early on it's like
he didn't grow so much.
That's
as
what
character.
I mean. Early on, he was a bit of a dick, and you could understand that if he were to change later. Like at the beginning, he was like, I hate you, you suck. If you don't want to fight, get out. Mikasa, cut your hair, stop being dumb.
Yeah.
Armin, stop whinging. And you're like, okay, that's just because he's so angry that he's a jerk. But if you change later on, you would go, now he's realized the error of his ways. Yeah. And he just screams a lot.
My favorite is...
he's a hell of a screamer, I'll give him that.
You know that little arc that we like, when Reiner has taken him, and they've cut off his arms and legs, and he's sitting in the tree, and he has that inner monologue where he's like, stay calm, Eren. If you stay calm, everything will be fine. You can find a way out of this. Just relax, and think about this. Literally the next page. Fuck you, Reiner, you piece of shit. You fucking brought me here, you son of a bitch.
That was, you know what?
That's the jump.
That was the moment when I gave up on him as a character, because I just realized he's never going to change. He's not growing. He never learns from his mistakes. And like, even though he is the hero, there's more better heroes in the Attack on Titan world than Eren Yeager. And like, even though the story ultimately follows him, I couldn't care less what happens to him. And I lost hope in him as a character. And seeing him progress and change, and caring to see him save the world, you know? So that's my one there.
Have you got one, Kane, or are you still thinking?
I'm still thinking, actually.
Well, I don't know. Naruto was my first manga. Literally the first manga I ever purchased and followed, and I had everything. I had every single volume of the manga up until the latest shonen, the latest Shippuden manga at the time, and then I realized that Shippuden changed in a huge way. I no longer gave a shit about Naruto. His plight was not one that I could relate to, nor could I see some sort of... I don't know. When it got to Shippuden, he couldn't lose. I know that he couldn't lose because shonen characters don't lose. Main characters never lose. But I always thought, well, maybe not. Like, no, he was the shittest. He was always the shittest. And I thought, well, maybe Naruto, maybe could lose this time. But he came back and he won every time. And then when it got to Shippuden, there was no longer the impression that he had any plight.
Yeah.
Because Naruto's plight was that he was lonely, he had no friends, everyone hated him, and he rose up against that. In Shippuden, all that was turned on its head, and everyone loved him. Right? Everyone loved him after that. I mean, there were people that were like, oh, Naruto, you dork, but it was a different dynamic, and I think it was a great... You know what? I'll say, not to cast you out, but I think if I refer it to music, you will understand more.
Yeah.
So I was talking to someone the other day, and I think it was Matthew.
Come into the camera.
Yeah, come into the camera. I was talking to Matthew, and he was saying, we were talking about the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
And I think Dave Grohl's a fantastic writer. I think Foo Fighters is the best. but I said I couldn't get into their latest album.
Yeah.
And he said, do you think they're losing their touch? I said, no, I think their music is no longer for me. Because Dave Grohl is now getting into his 50s, and he is writing and performing music for someone in their 50s. But I still like Foo Fighters from the 90s.
Yeah.
It is not the same sound. The Foo Fighters have not gotten worse.
No, they haven't.
But my likeness to for their music has not changed since the early 2090s.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with Naruto. Because Naruto is a different thing now.
It is.
Shippuden
It's not the same.
is entirely different to I don't know, there's no Naruto.
Yeah.
I consider a lot of bad things to be in Shippuden, but a lot of people consider a lot of good things from Shippuden. So whether or not it's bad, like I consider Bleach to be bad, Naruto is just not for me anymore. Because I still like original Naruto. That's where I'm still at.
Did they just not do enough to adjust?
Perhaps.
Adjusting to him being popular and being liked, you can turn the series into changing his motivations.
I think I didn't adjust to that, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Whether like, regardless of, sorry, it's not that it didn't adjust to my liking. I just think I didn't adjust to it, and it became something different. But my mindset is still very much on early 90s shonen. You know, I'm reading fucking Shaman King and shit. Like, it's stuff like that. Buso Renkin. I'm reading some older stuff. Opart's Hunter even, which is like original Naruto. I think it changed, but I didn't, even though I'm fucking 7 years older. I guess I still like the plight of the, lonely loser who has to fight for more than just friendship. And
I get that, because I understand where you're coming from, because for me it was the same with Shippuden, because Naruto, once it came to Shippuden, he kind of, a lot of the things that made him a relatable and admirable hero was lost in that, because it's I guess it's strange to say, but he hit his end point goal early, and I know his end point goal was to become Hokage, but I think his end point goal was more than anything to get friends and have people accept him and like him.
And the whole point of him becoming Hokage was that the entire village looks up to the Hokage.
Yeah.
So if I could become a Hokage, I'm friends with everyone in the village.
And I feel like his goal wasn't so much just to become Hokage, more as it was to gain some kind of friendship and companionship in his life.
So, sorry, Opart's Hunter has a very interesting thing that I love, which is that, like, the main character's, like, catchphrase is that he wants world domination.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Barely. I've read it a long time ago.
When he's introduced to people and like, oh, what do you want, kid, or whatever? He's like, world domination. That's what I want that's my goal. But then it comes to light that he only wants world domination because he was beaten the fuck out of one day, and he had no friends because he kept turning into Satan and killing people. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. And he had no friends, and he was beaten the fuck out of and left on the street. And there was like a dude and some friends at like a local bar yelling out. And he's like, yeah, man, world domination. That's the way to go. It was just some drunken shit that a guy said.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, if I ruled the world, I'd have women, money, everything. Everyone would look up to me, yada, yada, yada. And this kid, being in his literal lowest moment, was like, if I could get that, maybe life would be different. So his thing is world domination. He doesn't really want to dominate the world.
Yeah.
That's just like, it's a coping mechanism, which I think is what being Hokage was for Naruto. You know?
So I find that, it's an interesting thing. And yeah, when it did come to Shippuden, you kind of, I don't know, he wasn't the same anymore.
Sorry for going on a bit long, but
No, it's, we're talking about the round table of a, hero we kind of gave up on. And I think with Naruto, that was one of the big points for him. Kane, got something to add?
Slide your way in when you're ready.
I'm trying to think.
Have you ever given up on a character?
You still haven't given up on Ichigo?
Even after this long.
Well, I don't know. It's
Itchy Mitchy.
well, it's a bit I don't know, interesting or weird with Bleach because I think of Bleach and I think of Bleach. I don't necessarily think of it as the series that Ichigo's from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I haven't pinned like it on the protagonist at this point. It's not like I immediately think of that. I think of the story and stuff. And I think for a while now I've been picking and choosing, which I do with a lot of series. If there's bad stuff in it, but there's also good stuff, I'm like, well, that was cool, and then that's cool. It's like when you're talking about me writing my reviews. Like if it's something like that, I can usually pick something I like enough to tolerate the stuff that I don't really care for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like there has to be something like that. Like I feel like in my mind, but I don't know if it's a series like that.
But I don't think Jahan is specifically talking about a series either. I think he might be talking about a singular character.
Yeah, it's a character.
So even
I know,
maybe
again,
even choose like
I
a.
feel like there's one somewhere in my mind, but I can't think of it right now.
I was going to even say before I talked about Naruto, I was going to actually say Piccolo. That I had given up on him because
That's another good one.
as we spoke about literally before, when the guy at Subway, as we
I have
bought dinner,
another one from Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Actually, yeah.
when we were ordering dinner and we were talking about Dragon Ball, and the guy from behind the counter said, "Do you guys talk about Dragon Ball Super?" And I was talking about how Jake of Duty told me that there's literally a scene in Dragon Ball Super where Piccolo has given up on himself. He's just like, I can't beat this guy, can I? And turns to Goku, and Goku says, no, you can't. So Piccolo literally forfeits the match. I love Piccolo so much, but I've given up on him getting any time of day.
I just want to. I think Catfish.
Catfish.
Black Cat is actually one of my all-time favorite Shonen Jump series. The manga is fantastic. The anime is quite good. Just the ending of the anime was not very good. But yeah, it is definitely underrated. I don't think there's any character now I gave up on.
Another one I'm going to have to pick up
series.
per your request.
That's one of my favorite. I need to collect the whole thing myself.
I have so many manga on my shelf that you were just like, you'll like this, not explaining it to me, and I bought, and I was like, yeah, he fucking nailed it.
Black Cat it's awesome. And like I was so into Black Cat at one point back in high school. I think if you go onto my Facebook page, Frank, you'll find like drawings I did of characters from Black Cat.
Do you remember how you pitched Siren to me?
I don't.
You're like, we were at the gym. I still remember because like my favorite shonen. We're at the gym, and you're like, how have you not fucking read Siren? And I'm like, well, I don't even know what it is. He goes, it's about banchos with psychic powers. And I was like, I've already ordered 4 copies of it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you also told me to get Slam Dunk, and I was like, all right, and bought 3 volumes of Slam Dunk, and it's actually rad.
You know, and
he gives the best suggestions. Always listen to him.
I've watched and read so much, shit. A lot of it I forget a lot of details on. Like even Black Hat, I forget a lot of like details.
I just know Train
Hartnett. Sven Volfeed.
Yep. Volfeed. Oh, that's a gross name.
Eve. What was your last name? What's the girl's name? I don't remember. But yeah, it was a heaps good series. There's a lot of characters that have really cool names like that. But yeah, Train Hartnett.
I've read the first couple of chapters of Black Cat because I was at your place one day and I took it from your shelf and read it while you were getting ready.
Yeah.
But I got to actually read the rest of it. Here's a question for you, if you can't think of one, Kane. This goes out to everyone. What is your favorite, like, ultimate shonen manga? One that isn't on the shelves of, everyone knows it. Like Ultimo right there. Who the fuck knows what Ultimo is? Apart from people that like Ultimo.
An unpopular sort of one.
And straight up, that just says Shonen Jump right there.
Yeah, I did buy all of Ultimo at this point, which I still have to reread. But yeah, Ultimo is cool. It's a co-produced series by the guy behind Shaman King and Stan Lee.
Hiroyuki Takeda. So Stan Lee was just like, make a Japanese-o comic, and then Hiroyuki Takeda's like, no, man, relax.
And he was like, cool.
Excelsior!
I'll use my Shaman
powers, man.
King powers and art style and make these really weird, angular, and really young-looking characters.
Shaman King.
No, they do, because the characters in that, the Ultimo, not Ultimo, but the
Sayuki.
I read Sayuki Reload as a kid, not knowing that Sayuki was a thing. I totally didn't understand it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, continue, Kay.
No, I was just going to say, ultimately the art style. All of the teenagers in it look way too old to be teenagers.
Yarp.
So they all look like the end of Shaman King when they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
And then all of the Karakuri look like
Shaman King when they're in their 5s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're like really lanky, but then they like, I don't know, just like all their clothes spread out and their arms, they've got these big claw
I
things.
love
on
Hiroyuki
them.
Takei's.
It's like Yo, how he was really lanky, but he had the biggest cuffs on his pants.
Yep. And big shoes too.
And big shoes too. They're like,
Yeah,
yep,
big
this
shoes.
is Yo. He's just the typical average, I don't know how old he is character.
Boy. Look at the boy.
He's in high school.
Hey,
or
boy.
something.
What about you? You got a bunch.
Mm.
Stick with shonen for the sake of bringing it
Shonen Jump particularly.
in. Sure.
One
Okay.
Punch Man.
Here's one you may not have heard of. One Piece.
Very underrated one.
Mhm.
The one shot. I recommend anyone to read the one shot because it's just one fantastic chapter. Hungry Joker. It's very
Who did Hungry
underrated.
Joker?
The creator of Black Clover.
Black Clover.
It was his first series, and pretty much the one shot is completely different from his what's it called, like actual serialization, but the general concept is still kind of there. But the one shot had this very fascinating and I thought amazingly interesting and unique idea that the main character was like, I think he had some kind of virus infecting his body that he was going to die, and over the course of this first chapter, it's represented as a clock on his head counting down until he dies, and like unless he does certain things or whatever, he'll get more time added on, and his whole thing is he's trying to cure himself and all of that, but he also has this kind of other form because of what's happened to him. But then completely changed in the serialization where all these characters, the main guy, like I think he got dropped on the head by Newton's apple or whatever.
And he can control gravity, right?
Yeah.
Is that his thing? Yeah.
So they changed.
Newton, isn't it? Isaac Newton?
Yeah, they changed
Yeah,
it so that
the inventor of gravity.
Yeah.
they changed it so that everyone's power was related to great scientific discoveries.
Like Nobunaga.
Exactly like Nobunaga.
Yeah, but I really liked the one shot, and I know it's only a one shot. I don't recommend reading the actual serialization because a lot of editor interference wrecked that. But that one shot, fantastic. Another one that's pretty good is Hell Teacher Nube, if you can find it.
Was that not super popular when it came out?
When it came out in Japan, never has been popular in the West.
Hell Teacher Nube.
You'll never find a legal proper release in English.
Sorry, Roland has just said, okay, if we're talking about Shonen Jump, then I got to say Haikyuu, if not One Piece. How about ones that aren't super popular, Roland? Like
That
ones that
Haikyuu
maybe
is awesome.
Yeah, I know Haikyuu and One Piece are two incredibly popular ones.
I'm looking at my shelf there. I've only got like ones that finished. I guess
you got Barrage.
I got Barrage, which is awesome.
I think that counts. Monster Soul, but that's Kodansha, but that's okay.
Kodansha.
Zombie
Zombie Powder.
Powder's great. I mean, I would count them because I was going to say Gunblaze West,
Okay.
which is another one of if you know Kenshin or Buso Renkin.
I liked. Yeah, if we're talking about ended series,
Yeah,
those
I
ones are
mean,
good. Barrage is cool because I like. What's his? I have mind blank on his name.
Kohei
Horikoshi.
Yeah, the guy that does My Hero did it lasted 2 volumes. I have. That's all that came out for Barrage.
Yeah.
Which we were discussing before. Was,
Yes.
I guess criticized for being overcomplicated.
And as I said to you, sometimes the scale of things, people think it's more than it is,
Yeah.
no matter how simplified you make it. Just want to quickly reply to Catfish. Hit me up on Twitter and I'll send you some of those drawings. L.A. Halliday. Halliday.
I should have showed you that picture. I saw at Kmart the other day. I sent it to you. It's a book that's like, it's called, what was it called? Well, I sent you the picture and you said you have a big family lineage.
Oh,
You said, oh, like I said, like
it's like a Halliday wine.
Halliday Wine Companion. It's a book that just has Halliday across it. Once again, probably cannot see it because of the glare, but whatever.
Luke's secret passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that in Kmart. I thought, no, it doesn't.
Trying
Anyway,
to-
sorry.
Trying to be some other good
Zombie powder was cool.
Showing us, yeah, that's
It was pretty simple. The guy wanted the zombie powder.
Zombie powder brought people
Which
back to life.
they found the rings, right? And how many rings was it? It was like 5 or 10 rings or something. They put them together, it would create the zombie powder, which would allow you to revive someone from the dead.
Well, it had two. It had two things. If you were alive, it made you immortal. If you were dead, it brought you back to life.
Didn't he want to bring someone back to life?
I think he did.
His
Girlfriend or wife or something.
Hikaru no Go. That's a good one.
What is Hikaru no Go?
It's about the like it's not chess. It's like Go.
Oh yeah.
The little dots.
Catfish. I don't think they're Shonen Jump. I don't know about Corpse Party, but Tokyo Ghoul is incredibly popular. If you said something like,
what is this Tokyo Ghoul we speak of?
so it's about lots of ghouls in Tokyo.
Ah,
Yes.
is it anything like Tokyo ESP?
It is actually a direct rip-off
Oh, wow.
of Tokyo ESP.
Well, there's a series I gave up on. Does that count?
Yeah!
There we go.
There you are. Hey, there you go. Kane's got it. You got it, buddy. I don't know. I think I like.
I'm trying to think of what character. I feel like there's characters. I just can't think of what they are in my head. But generally, those characters, going back a little bit, the ones that I immediately give up on are the ones that refuse any kind of progress.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those characters where they're like, I could do this, but then this guy will come save me. Or this guy's probably going to win, like you said with Piccolo. I generally give up on those characters because they gave up on themselves.
Yeah.
Unless it's for story reasons, then you understand. But half the time it's just, it kind of seems like lazy writing, where the person's like, oh, well, nothing I can do. Time to wait for the hero to come and save me. And you're like, come on, man. There's like 40 villains that can fight. Surely you could be another person on the good side that can stand up and do something.
Sorry, Kane. Sorry, you're on. If you're going on.
I'm trying to think of just.
It's easy to go for the ones that are like pre something else. Like Zombie Powder is Tite Kubo's pre Bleach, stuff like that. But I think they're still awesome to figure. Like you got Barrage, then you also got My Hero. There's a good feeling to be like, oh, I've got his old and his new. I think that's great.
You see his growth as a writer.
Yeah.
Which I still have to buy the rest of My Hero.
It'd be good if you could find that Zoo. The one he came out with, or he's like talking
I'd
about
be
rabbit.
curious to see it because I like his art style. I said I always bring it up, but that's why I like Bleach, because out of the 3 that we spoke about, where Frank, you paid more attention to Naruto, Luke's One Piece, and I paid more attention to Bleach, I like the art style a lot. And even if the story's boring or something, it's obviously not as interesting if it is cool.
That's right.
But
Sorry, let's just say
that's a cool picture.
Good night, Roland.
Bye-bye.
She's off to bed.
Good night.
Thanks for being with us. Go on.
Yeah, no, I just, I like his art style, so I'll have a look at some of his other
Also,
series.
me and Jahan have this little inside joke that you haven't figured out. You haven't been brought into yet. He calls you the Bleach apologist, and I call you the Bleach sympathizer.
Oh, is that right?
He's like, when we came out with like, oh, how will Bleach end? Before you put your one in, I think Jahan said to me, he's like, oh, I wonder what the Bleach apologist will say about this.
Hey, I think I wasn't as right as Luke, but, I think I was... Luke was right about story, I was right about vibe, where I said, I wish this happened and it was an awesome, cool thing, but what will happen is everything will go back and no character will change. Cue this chapter, Matsumoto doesn't want to work, Hitsugai is mad at her, Hisagi's trying to prove himself, no one really believes him, Rukia wants to work, Kiraku's lazy, like no one changed at all.
See, my one in that round table was literally a piss take, making a joke that it's just going to rip off Yu Hakusho. And
it kind of is.
Fuck.
And mine was just all joke.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what part of me is worried about series like My Hero, which I love. I'm worried that it's going to cross the time dip that all shonen do, where we love the first part of it, and then it just keeps going and slowly turns into something. Because you like Naruto, and you said after Shippuden, even you said you're like, maybe I just didn't adjust to the pace, which fair enough. But then it kept going and going, and then there was a war, and then there were 40 final bosses, and then the last enemy in Naruto was someone we'd never heard about ever in the history of Naruto. Never had they spoken of the World Tree or the Rabbit Demon Goddess.
You know what I think's different though?
And suddenly she was the enemy.
I think, me personally, but maybe it might relate to you guys, we've grown up to realize when to separate. I regret giving away my Naruto volumes. Because I had volume 1 to whatever, which was actually the final volume of original Naruto, was Kakashi Gaiden. That's how they ended it. And I had that. I had it all, and I could have still had it and not gotten Shippuden. I regret giving it away now. I gave it to my cousin. So I think we've come to that point where we're like, yeah, sure, if My Hero has like a 2-year time skip and you're just like, well, shit, man, I don't really like it as much anymore. You're still like, well, you know what? Hey, the first big arc was great. And you'll keep that on your shelf and you'll appreciate it.
I think I've said that before. It's the all or nothing attitude kind of destroys a lot of things.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Where they're like, you know what? It's not good now. It was never good. You're like, that's not true.
No.
Like, even if it's shit now, and I'm not going to defend what happens in Bleach now, which we always talk about, but whatever, because it's not great. But I did really enjoy a lot of the original part of it, and I thought it was good. And same with all these other series. You're like, well, maybe that episode sucked, but I did enjoy that episode. Like, I wish it had been like this.
And look,
it's like Frank, we always say, I like the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul and the last episode of Tokyo Ghoul, or the first 2 or 3 or something. And then the middle's kind of a crap. Well, middle kind of wishy. The middle isn't bad. It's just more
not good,
more beat by beat than the first part of it was. It's like it started off, you're like, wow, this is something interesting, and then it kind of went beat by beat. You're like, he finds people that he likes, and then this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and then something cool happens.
And then it puts me in a situation where I sound like a dickhead when I say the manga is a lot better.
Well, one thing I just want to say with like Bleach and Naruto and One Piece and all that, like a lot of people like, you know, oh, they're fucking shit, they're just crap, they're mainstream, so popular and all that. These things become popular because they have to have been good at some point.
Oh yeah.
Even Bleach, as like much as we rag on it and say it's shit or whatever, we all know that at the beginning Bleach was fucking mad.
I remember being incredibly excited when Ichigo was becoming full hollow. I remember not being able to contain my excitement when the next chapter was going to come out.
Yeah.
That I cannot deny that. So, which must mean I enjoyed Bleach at one point in time, which must mean I thought Bleach was good at one point in time. Can't just say, that's it now, you know?
Yeah, exactly right.
Zafira says, always the case with massive series. That's really good arcs and then really bad arcs. And now, someone called Tink, with a bunch of numbers, who I have never seen before, introduce yourself to everyone, Tink. He's saying, are you excited for WWE SummerSlam 2016?
That's
yes.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing with Bray Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose will lead up to something huge there.
I think so too.
I enjoy what I'm enjoying. Raw is giving me the shits. I'm bored.
The last
sorry, Kane, but I'm bored with Raw.
Well, the listeners want to talk about wrestling, so
just this one.
Yeah, just this one.
We'll take any chance.
Yeah. So last week's Raw was just boring crap. Like, honestly, the only segments I found even remotely interesting was when Rollins and Finn Balor were talking about the mythology of the demon and all that.
Yeah, but even then it was just talking. Right?
Yeah, they didn't come face to face in the ring or nothing like that. All the matches were pretty rubbish. Some of them were repeats from last week. And then they had this whole thing throughout the night. They're going, oh, bloody Daniel Bryan's coming here for a big talk with Mick Foley. Basically says jack bullshit, fucks off, and then bloody Cesaro has a match with Rusev. Who gives a shit? But then the thing that was stupid about it, they're like, oh, it's for the bloody title, the US title. And then what's his name? Mick Foley, before the match, like an idiot, looks at Rusev and he goes, don't worry, Rusev, you will still verse Roman Reigns for your title at SummerSlam. How the fuck would he verse if he loses the title right now?
Raw is horseshit.
Yeah.
SmackDown has good combatants right now.
The pacing is good. The storytelling is simple and logical and goes from point A to point B. There's good emotion and there's motivation between the characters. It's good writing and good wrestling.
AJ v Cena is probably my favorite right now.
Yeah.
But see, I think you'll appreciate this, Kane, because you're a fan of anime, and this is so... I would love to see this in the anime. So, Dean Ambrose is a champion, right? Dolph Ziggler won a match and is now going to fight Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
For the title. But Bray Wyatt and his bullshit little puppy dog, what's his name?
Eric Rowan,
for the past 2 weeks have attacked Ziggler and also by association, Dean Ambrose, because they want a chance at the title. Is that right?
Yep.
He wants to take over. But what I love is that Ziggler will be fighting. The Wyatt family will come out, beat the fuck out of Ziggler. Dean Ambrose will be sitting on the sidelines. He will get up and tag team Ziggler, his enemy, to beat the Wyatts. This has happened twice now.
Yeah.
I love that bit where Dean Ambrose was sitting on the commentator's table.
Yeah.
And he had his thing, and the Wyatts came out, started beating on Dolph Ziggler, and the camera pans over to the commentator table, and he's on top of the table, standing there like that.
Yep.
And he puts his fucking belt down, and he jumps into the ring and helps him. And I'm like, that's your enemy, but you're like helping. I thought that was rad.
It's like your enemy becomes your friend in the face of a greater nemesis.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Where's it? No, the friend. Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was rad.
Yeah, and it's like simple but logical and exciting storytelling, and it's done in a fresh way. And like Bray Wyatt, Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, they've all been around the block for a while now, but we're now seeing them getting a renewed spotlight put into a fresh story that we haven't seen these guys in before. You know?
Bazza says, why talk about WWE when we can talk about TNA?
Delete!
Oh, brother Nero.
Oh, God.
Was it the final deletion?
The final deletion.
Yeah.
You know, something I might as well mention that because something very stupid has happened on their TNA this week.
By the way, WWE is just anime, so it does make sense.
TNA is like for those that don't know, TNA is I guess, lesser company to WWE. WWE is the big mainstream company.
Brother Nero.
And then TNA is like it's a smaller company that's been around forever and has TV showing as well, whereas most smaller wrestling promotions don't. They're the only American wrestling promotion other than WWE that is on, like, I think, network TV or cable TV or whatever across the whole country. Yeah. Oh, and now it's owned by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. Yes.
Oh my God.
It actually is. He bought last week. He bought the company. Is now the president of the company.
That's so upsetting.
Yeah. So there's a big storyline happening. I think I showed you a bit of it, Kane. The final deletion.
So
the two brothers.
Is that the one where they went to his house and then into some kind of wrestling barn he had in the back?
Yeah, literally nailed it. Yeah,
that made it.
And they shot fireworks at each other. That was fun wrestling.
Does that supposed to imply wealth on his part that he's built his own wrestling?
It was a shitty
arena
wrestling
in a barn.
Yeah,
they also fought outside in the main event.
So a new segment has aired. So pretty much. He won that match, and after he won that match, he basically won the name Hardy. So Jeff Hardy could no longer call himself... Yeah,
the Hardy Boys.
He no longer could call himself Jeff Hardy.
No, he's just Jeff.
Anyways, he was coming out.
He lost his last name?
It literally comes out, just says Jeff.
His soul was taken, basically. So, according to Matt Hardy, he is deleted. But because Matt Hardy took his name, he also now controls him.
For what? Yeah. That exists in wrestling.
By the way, I need to mention that Matt Hardy also commands an army of store-bought drones that can project holograms. Like, what's his name from Power Rangers? Zordon?
Zordon,
yeah. Anyways.
What? Too funny.
What's happening now is Matt Hardy's basically been tormenting Jeff.
Naruto poster.
Naruto poster? Oh yeah, there is.
The One Piece poster.
Yeah. And a Bleach one. You got the Holy Trinity.
Oh, the Holy Trinity!
I got them off you, didn't I?
They were mine at one point in time.
And you're like, I don't want these anymore. I'm like, I like them.
Oh,
Holy Trinity. Sorry, anyway.
Yeah, anyways.
I never understood why Gin is on that poster of Bleach. Why Gin?
Best friends. Anyway.
Anyways, so what happened recently is, because the whole thing was like, this whole story began when Jeff Hardy rode on his motorbike and broke his leg while doing a jump. Then he had a match with Matt Hardy later on where he did a swanton bomb, which is like a flipping move.
Yep. Oh,
on
no,
Matt,
everyone knows what the Swanton bomb
on
is.
Matt through the table.
Yep.
And then Matt Hardy became insane and started saying he was
Cruella
broken.
de Vil
That was a
and-
heavy hit.
He was broken. Anyways, in recent weeks, Matt Hardy taunted Jeff to ride his cycle with wheels once more to try and regain
As
his
opposed,
identity.
as opposed to what cycle? What cycle doesn't have wheels?
Exactly. So Jeff Hardy's like, I will do it. And he's like, no, you won't, you obsolete mule.
Wow.
So
This
he
is
hops
nothing.
onto his
We're
hops onto his
sorry. I'm sorry.
motorbike,
What a
tries to do a jump, stacks it fucking hard, and then he's like, you pathetic mule. I knew you couldn't do it, brother Nero.
what an oddly vague yet specific insult to call someone a mule.
Yeah, so now the most recent episode that came out, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy was picking up Jeff.
Just Jeff.
Yeah, so Jeff
He
is.
doesn't have the name Hardy anymore.
So Matt is sitting in the passenger seat of the car, and they're driving, and he's talking to someone. It's very reminiscent of Kira Yoshikage in JoJo's Part 4, talking to someone in the passenger seat that you don't see. He's just like, oh, my love, we'll go and get that obsolete mule, and he'll have his wrestling match tonight. And then he's like, oh, no, wait, I'll get the door for you. Hops around the outside, opens the door. Vanguard 1, the drone flies out. It was like driving the fucking car.
So he has a drone which has gained sentience.
Yes, and it's called Vanguard 1. It flies up, and he's like Vanguard 1. And then, not even kidding, I'll show you later. And he's like, oh, what is Brother Nero doing by this watering hole? And he goes over, he's next to a lake, looking really sad and somber. And he's like, Brother Nero, you must fight this guy tonight.
Not the drone.
No, someone. And then he basically goes on, oh, King Maxwell, which is his like toddler that
He's
helped
kid. Yeah, he's
that
kid.
helped him win the match with the birthday candle. Yeah, so King Maxwell and his wife have been put into the estate to hide from these demonic characters that are apparently trying to drag them to hell, called the Decay. So they're these demon guys. Anyways,
Please no more.
he then says, okay, Vanguard 1, please return post-haste to the compound to protect King Maxwell. Just flies off into the air. End of segment. So now in the ring. So it's in the in-ring segment now. Matt Hardy just made Jeff brutally beat the fucking shit out of these guys. He just did his finisher on them. Swantoned one of the guys through a table, and then he set up another table, and Matt's like, what are you doing, you mule? And he's like, you're not the only one you're not the one who gets to punish me. I am. Climbs up onto the turnbuckle, Swanton bombs himself through the table, starts maniacally laughing in the rubble into the microphone, and he goes, I am broken too now. So now he is also insane now.
Oh,
and he
fucking hell.
He then goes, I am Brother Nero. Brother Nero, I am. Going insane, accepting his fate now and identity as Brother Nero.
You're
He's
now
been fully deleted.
You're now up to date with the final deletion.
Yes.
What else should we talk about?
Literally
Corgan,
anything would make more sense than that.
Billy Corgan's a genius.
Billy Crongan.
What does the drone have to do with anything?
Well, Vanguard 1.
Vanguard 1, what are you talking
Yep,
about?
Vanguard 1. Because if you want to be called something and you know that you're mass-produced, it's 1.
Yeah, it's a number.
As in, you're 1, but there's definitely more than that. Otherwise, why call you 1?
He's the #1 drone.
Why do you have to mime out the pound sign?
Hashtag.
Pound it.
Found it.
What?
Anyway, now that we've talked about wrestling.
It's all got wrestled. Let me just bring it down. Let me boil it down.
More topics, by the way.
Someone got wrestled so hard that their name broke.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it didn't break. Someone else owns it.
Someone
Yes.
stole their name.
Yes,
They
and
wrestled them
sold.
so hard that it's loosed their name.
Yes.
And they
And no, this
stole
is not an arc from Ultimate Muscle. No.
it. No. This isn't some kind of anime. Words give you power.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not Book of
A
the Entire
drone drove a car.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm imagining. You said store-bought, so I'm imagining small frame propellers around the side.
Yeah.
of it.
I mentioned the drone can shoot lasers.
You didn't mention that.
That's
at
what
all.
project.
Absolutely. I would have remembered that if you had said it could fire lasers.
You've seen the lasers.
Yeah, they're so shit.
So
They're
yeah,
clearly After Effects.
that guy drove a car.
Yeah. The guy? You mean Vanguard 1?
And Vanguard 1, apologies.
Yes.
And then another man in penance for his insane brother wrestled himself through a table.
Yes.
Like in some kind of show of solidarity.
Yes. And then he went insane because he had become broken as well.
Okay.
Also, don't forget to mention that about 2 or 3 months ago, they had like a bit where they powerbombed each other through a keyboard.
Yeah, you did forget to mention that part. That seems crucial to the story. I'll
Yes.
add keyboard
Oh
onto
my
the
god,
timeline
it
of
is.
events
It
in my
is
mind.
crucial to the story.
Yes.
I'm thinking they should outlaw this move if every time it's used it breaks people.
Yes.
I'm thinking
And they
something...
proceed to become insane, screaming their made-up name into the sky.
Brother Nero.
Probably
I'm
while
thinking,
some
I knew you'd
drone
come.
just-
I love that. I knew you'd come. Like, you cheeky mule.
So obsolete.
I think it's time to open up some hashtag SnapThirty conversation.
Oh no!
It's getting late.
It is getting late.
What time is it?
I don't even know what time it
It's
is.
time for Big Brother After Hours.
It's 9:15.
Is it really?
Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I feel like we usually end a podcast with a long and heated conversation about characters we would have sex with.
Yes.
It's just so simple. It's straight like, and then this is how we end. We've spoken of brother against brother. Possibly not anymore because he killed his name.
That's right. He destroyed his. Well, he deleted his.
Brother
He's
against brother.
Deleted.
Brother
Deleted.
against drone. Drone against car. The car will come back, I'm sure.
Jahan has a game. Here we go. See, this always lights up the audience. Can I say that? Whenever like hashtag SnapThirty comes out, the audience lights up. Kiss, marry, or push off a cliff. I think we've played this before, but I'm willing to play it again.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill. This is like the...
It seems different now,
Yeah.
though. It's been changed to pushing off a cliff.
So the push on cliff is kill.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fuck, marry, kill.
absolutely. If anyone
Fuck, marry, kill.
anyone was interested in hearing about Brother Nero, they sure tuned in. Just
Yes.
We are the Brother Nero
Just-
podcast.
perfecto.
The Brother
Because
Nero car.
I don't
The
know.
Hardy cast.
I don't know anywhere else you'll find such an elegant mix of anime series that people once liked, wrestling stories that are the B grade amongst wrestling stories, which, you know, even the primetime ones, you've explained some of them, and they are.
Is this not the
I
Bleach
don't want to
Bash
use the word
WWE
trash,
talk
but-
cast?
Don't you remember when Triple H fucked a corpse of Kane?
Here we go. Hold on, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Zafira, FMK is snap tradition. It's become a tradition.
It is.
It's a tradition.
It is.
Well, we
All right,
spent
guys.
like an hour and a half on the
Load us
last
up.
live podcast just
Jahan-
discussing attractive anime characters.
Fuck, marry, kill. Everyone knows what that is. Jahan's first trio. Everyone start thinking of trios. Men, women, doesn't matter. Luffy, Naruto, Ichigo.
Ooh.
May
okay.
I go first?
Yeah, go.
I'd fuck Ichigo
Oh, okay.
because I feel like he'd be a good lay, and he won't necessarily care after that.
Yeah.
He might lose interest halfway through.
Yeah.
Because he'll just power through me, and then I'll be left just, feeling unnecessary.
Yeah.
He'll go off and start doing his own thing. Kill Luffy because I feel like I could not deal with just his bullshit childish nature.
Yeah.
And marry Naruto because he doesn't have a lot of love in his life, and I feel like my love he would treasure and cherish. Be a good marriage.
All right. I'm going to go opposite to you in some ways. I would fuck Luffy because he can stretch anywhere.
What are you, Fantastic Four?
Yes,
He
he
can-
is fantastic.
He can. He can. I would. He could probably do a gum pistol
with his dick. He could jackhammer the fuck out of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then.
Swap legs.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
Sorry, Ken. Then I would kill Ichigo, just because I think that he's just a bit of a dick.
Yes.
And then I'd marry Naruto for the exact same reasons you.
Right. Kane.
Thoughts?
All right, if we're doing this, probably go. I think I'll agree with the consensus. Say marry Naruto because he seemed like you said he understands what it is to not have anyone, so he would cherish what he would have. And we've seen his story. He grows up.
We've seen him as a.
He's a pretty solid provider. I mean, he falters a bit when it comes to spending time away from work, but
he provides for family.
I feel like the
love is there.
Yeah,
the love is there.
Probably
a happy girl.
I don't know. Probably sleep with.
Actually, it's
fuck.
Yeah,
it's fuck. Say fuck with
probably. I don't know Ichigo because, like Frank was saying, you kind of one and done with that dude. And, you've seen him, he seems like a pretty, he's shredded, he's got a good fashion sense.
Oh my god, he's incredible.
And probably kill Luffy as the remnant because he wouldn't fit into the other two categories. He couldn't marry that dude, he only cares about himself.
There's no way
he wants to be Pirate King. I mean, he has his friends, but he's always going to be, you'll be like, where you want to go to dinner? And he's already gone to some island to fight some kind of dragon man.
For some reason.
Because the dragon dude's like, I'm tough, and Luffy's like, fuck you,
fuck you!
What is this shit? I'm tough. You seen my stretchy arms?
I'm rubber, bitch.
I just jackhammered this prick.
I'm rubber, and you're gonna die. That's what he says all the time.
Alright, second one. Keep going, guys. Zafira says, Lucy from Fairy Tail, Sakura from Naruto, Bulma from Dragon Ball. Go. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, I like this list.
Oh, I got one already. I'd fuck Lucy. Because as I've seen from, is it Hiro Mashima?
Yeah.
He draws chicks with some big titties.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen pictures of like Lucy in her bikini. She's looking good. She's looking real good. I have a thing for blondes, so I'd fuck Lucy. I would marry Bulma because she comes from a very rich family. She comes from an incredibly rich family. If I want a bike, they give it to me in pill form. If I want a spaceship, they give it to me in pill form. If I need anything, it usually comes in a pill form. I think it'd be great to hang out with her and that cat that lives with her dad and her dad and her mom and her sisters.
Does she have sisters?
I think she has one sister.
Bloomers?
Bloomers. I think there's
was she in a spin-off?
Might have been a spin-off. Anyway. And I'd kill Sakura because, Sasuke never liked you, and I'm still not convinced that he likes you now.
She's a chick that you're in love with, but all the while she's loving the bad boy that is just a dick.
She loves someone else. She doesn't love me. I'm not going to marry her.
And then at the end of the manga, she chose him, and it doesn't seem like she's happy at all. He still leaves her with the kid.
Yeah.
It seems like she purposefully chose the most toxic relationship she could choose.
And I feel like
I think that's what she deserves.
And I feel so that's if we married. If I had chosen her for the fuck, I feel like we'd be doing it doggy, and she'd be looking at a picture of Sasuke, like because she's not getting attracted by me. That's not what I'm.
That's right. That's right.
Off to you.
All right. I'll definitely kill Sakura. Reasons that we said. Bulma, I'd fuck
one
Bulma.
And done.
One and done, because I think she, is a bit trashy, to be honest.
Oh, hey, hey, proceed with reverence. You're talking about my wife.
I think Bulma's a bit trashy. I mean, she let Goku feel her up. She let everyone feel her up.
Every Saiyan had their hands in her.
She did.
Master Roshi, every Saiyan's fucking had a piece of that pie.
Even Trunks has been in her.
It's like the thing in the original series. It's like she flashed Roshi, but only because she thought that she would just be wearing underwear. That's still not a good thing.
Yeah, I was saying.
He's like 100 and she was what?
She's
15?
She's a one-off, whereas I think Lucy is a bit more of a, loving girl, and also I couldn't fuck her just once.
Yeah, but you see, Lucy has like a bunch of. But you see, Lucy has a bunch of dudes at her fucking beck and call.
Yeah.
She has all those keys.
And Bulma doesn't. All Bulma does is hang out with shredded dudes, and all they do is work out all day.
But did you not hear about the money I mentioned? You know what? Money blinds me. Okay,
I can tell.
All right,
your gold chains here in your neck, and
if she gave me
wrist watch,
this was Kate's.
And glasses on your face.
If she gave me $1,000 to turn away from her getting boned by Vegeta, Mate, I'm going straight to the strip club.
That's a good point. Maybe Vegeta thought it was one and done, but Bulma ended up pregnant and stuck around and refused to let him go.
Oh.
Though he did care about her in the movie, which was sweet.
Okay.
Out of the three, Bulma seems the most demanding.
What's your one? I
think I might agree with Luke on this one.
Ooh.
How good is Lucy?
Lucy's pretty cool.
Lucy Heartphilia. It says it right in the last name. You want to feel her up.
That's where you're going.
Feel right on the heart area. Feel her up on the titty.
Yeah. Or what about my nipple? Jahan has said, now, Kane, could you look up this middle gentleman? I assume it's a gentleman. It's Light Yagami, Makoto Iko, and Shinji Ikari. I don't know who Makoto Iko
is. A guy that basically...
Can you look up a picture, please, Kane?
He cheats on one of the girls, and she fucking beheads him.
Whoa! What?
That's the ending of School Days.
What is School Days?
And he fucking... Like, you've never heard of School Days.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so he fucking cheats on her, and... Yeah, there he is fucking...
I don't even know who this dude is.
He's a player, man. He plays around.
I guess I'd kill him because I mean...
Then his head cut off.
Where? Oh, shit! I guess I'd kill him because I feel like my instant death is probably a lot easier on him than his beheading. So I'm doing him a favor.
He's a dick.
I would probably like fuck Shinji Ikari, but like
it would be a hate fuck.
You know, it'd be like a hate fucking. No, I think I'd fuck him, but like I'd cuddle fuck him, like because he needs a hug.
He does need, he needs something.
Like maybe I wouldn't even like. Maybe I'd just jack him off. I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe
in a
like,
hospital.
Do you know what I mean? Like yeah, I'd do something for him. Not so it wouldn't be so much for me. It'd be for him. And Light Yagami, I feel like I'd marry because
if you didn't, he'd kill you.
Yeah, like. This is a very good one because really they're all very dangerous.
If you got in his good book,
well,
yeah,
any book really. I'm
stay
scared
out
of
his bad one, probably.
You know, I mean, let's look. I want to look at the positives of him. He knows what he wants and he takes it. He has his
power,
chip
man.
and
He's got the power. You know what? I'd probably
Um,
fucking go the same way as you, but I would kill Shinji. Fuck Makoto once and never fucking talk to the cunt again.
He'd be dead. Someone would kill him.
He'd be dead anyways.
You get 2 kills for two kills
for the price of one.
So I think Light is the only option to marry because otherwise you're dead.
This is a hostage
You
situation.
couldn't just fuck Light.
This is a bad selection of people because not like a bad selection, but out of all
it's
of
a good selection because they're all bad.
It's a tightrope walk on this one. Because you got Shinji, like you said, you're like, you want to, sleep with Shinji once, but then after that, he'd probably be even more upset.
He'd cry, and I
could
couldn't
call
deal with
him
it.
and like, look, it was a one-time thing, and he's upset.
And he's listening to my voice. I left him a message saying, "Hey, Shinji,
I think he deserves not to die, but he deserves to be killed because, like,
life is better on the other side."
So much stuff has happened in this. You're like, please,
just put him out of his misery. I mean,
Shinji, please, just
he's only just going to go wanko with some comatose chick anyway. So just.
See,
off.
I feel like with
Shinji.
Light, even if I guess he's best case scenario, but even if we do marry him and like,
well, hang on,
anything,
it's just I was thinking about it. It's all just different paths to the same end. Like you kill Shinji, he's dead because you killed him.
Yeah.
You sleep with this other guy, he's dead because his ex-girlfriend going to behead him or something.
Yeah.
You marry Light Yagami,
he's
going to get killed because he's murdered everyone.
He's going to get killed.
You know. So
I'm thinking,
but barely everyone dies. You sleep with one guy once, and then you get all of Light Yagami's stuff, which is probably a death blow.
I actually think it might be better to marry.
Get your own death note out of this.
I think it might actually be better to marry Shinji because you could mostly leave him alone, and so long as you don't have that moral compass, you don't care if he's crying in the dark. I feel like if you marry Light, I'm going back on it. I think if you marry Light, the relationship is so much harder. You know, when I fight with Crystal, at the end of the day, it's solved and we get over it. But if I fight with Light, I could be dead.
No, he would just trick you into somehow him winning.
Yeah, and then I get locked to like a door, and I'm like, how the fuck did this happen?
It would hard cut to both of you in bed. You're like, how did this happen? I hated you before.
It's like, yeah, now you love me, don't you? Yes, goddamn.
Although if you're gonna abuse someone's fractured emotional state, I mean, if you
it's pretty bad on my part.
Just left Shinji alone, he'd probably just like you anyway. Because I mean, he still likes his dad. And that guy's
That's right.
textbook definition of distant bastard.
That's right.
You know, he married someone like your parents. He marries someone like his dad, who just happens to be possibly Satan.
This is incredibly loaded. I feel like there's no right answer. There's
There
only wrong answers.
I think no matter what you
Loaded
choose, everyone dies, and this is just.
This here reminds me. So I ran into my cousin and her 2 kids today, and they're 2 boys. And as I was talking to her, I was looking at them in the background, and they were playing a game where they were literally just slapping the shit out of each other.
Okay.
No one wins that game.
No.
There is only losers.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
No one wins this. This is a slap game.
It is.
Right? There are only losers. Now, Zafira has gone. I mean, this is almost bestiality, but Totoro, Majin Buu, and he couldn't think of a third one. I'm going to say Big the Cat.
You know what? That's what immediately came to mind.
Right? Oh, and then even Bazza said Big the Cat. Across the board, everyone's thinking Big the Cat. Thoughts?
Totoro, Majin Buu, Big the fucking cat.
Is there a fourth option, which is like kill myself?
Hold on. Here's the question: is it Majin Buu that is he just pudgy pink Buu, or is he like could he turn into like sick shredded Buu? Not that I would like one more than the other. It might be cute to have a big chubby chub, but I mean, some people like a shred.
Yeah.
Some people like those abs you can like carve roast beef on. But I think I would kill Totoro because Crystal keeps telling me to watch My Neighbor Totoro, and I feel like if he died, she would be so sad she'd never ask me about it again. So kill Totoro. Fuck Boo. And marry Big, because Big seems like a relaxing life.
I think Big...
Because you just fish. You go and hang out.
I'm with you on marry Big, because Big the Cat is the most chillest motherfucker in Sonic.
He's fishing, and he has that frog that's kind of still a tadpole.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh, Froggy. Yeah, I'm talking about
Actually,
Froggy, I guess. I guess I'm talking about Froggy.
I would actually, I'd kill Totoro as well, because, I mean, I'd be, just saying I wouldn't want to fuck.
He's just a huge hairy thing.
He's not sexy.
Big is...
Whereas Majin...
He's like a bear, but actually he's a cat.
Buu, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, it could be an interesting one-night stand.
Let me say this. You could literally fuck him wherever you wanted to.
Pretty much.
He has 6 holes in his head, but steam comes out of it, so you burn your dick. But he's just pudge. You could just make a hole wherever you want. You could make his back look like a hot chick if you're good at sculpting.
Yeah. That's true.
You could get him to eat a hot chick and turn into that hot chick.
Well,
do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I'm okay sacrificing another for my pleasure.
Well, Jesus Christ.
If that's what you're into, or you could get him to eat a shredded dude, and he can become a shredded dude.
That is how he changes.
That is how he changes. He might have a bit of a nibble, because he turned into chocolate, might have a bit of a nibble.
Yeah, Boo turned you into chocolate. Huh.
But I reckon, I think, are we going all round Big the Cat to marry?
It's an easy choice.
For me, I think it is.
I would say no on that one.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
An opinion not like mine.
See, I would give probably give the marry one to Boo.
Oh.
Because if you remember Dragon Ball Z, there was that brief arc in the middle. Remember when Boo turned good?
Yes.
In the middle before Evil Boo came out?
Yes.
And then what Boo did was they went to the desert with Hercule, right? And he made a house.
Yeah.
And they lived there for a while with Bee the dog.
Oh, yeah, Bee.
That seemed like a pretty cool life.
That is nice.
He made the house. Boo was in there. It's like, I'm
so
trying to cook.
Are you the Hercule in this situation?
I guess I would be. Because Boo was like, I'm a cook, but I am now making
so we're definitely thinking Hercule fucked Boo. Is that what we're going with?
Probably, yeah.
All right,
sure.
just making sure that's where we are.
Yeah,
just making sure. I just need to be 100%.
Look, hey, comment-wise, Zafir, I agree with you, but we got presented 3 choices. We have to put them in categories.
Please present us.
I will probably, I don't know.
Also, you gave us this.
Punch myself until I forget.
Yeah.
But that seemed like a pretty decent, right? Like he was there and he's cooking and it's like, I don't know, I make chocolate. You're like, that's funny. It's like a sitcom thing.
Well, on my point, I think I'm starting to come over to your side because the relationship will always, the sex will always be spicy. Because he can change whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
If you get sick of the way he looks now, man, go eat someone else. You know,
Yeah.
change to someone else.
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
All right, here we go.
I don't know where I land on the other two because I don't really know who. I've never really seen Totoro before. I'll kill that.
He's just a big.
I'll kill that dude and then
killer.
probably bang Big the cat because I don't know. He has a pet frog, so he's probably got a gentle
Bang
side.
the frog
I don't
too.
know.
Jahan has said Mikono, Asuka, and Lightning.
Asuka, I'm presuming from Evangelion.
And Lightning from Final Fantasy?
And
Mikono
who's
Mikono
Mikono?
from who?
Aquarian Evolve.
I don't know who that is.
Now, okay,
I think this is also another loaded question.
Mikono is basically a chick that strings along the main character, and then just ends up getting with this other bloke. And she was actually voted the most hated anime character, more so than serial killers.
Christ.
Can I get a picture of what she looks like, please?
Yeah,
Kate?
bring her up.
Sliding off. Sorry.
Slide
about
on.
that noise. What's she from again?
Aquarian Evolve. You
Mikono.
reviewed this one. Did
I
you not?
feel like I did, but I don't remember her.
Well, you might see her, and then you might.
Oh yeah, she's all right looking. I like those like thigh-high stockings she's got.
Yes.
That's nice. I'm a fan of that. A little cheeky up
She'll
top.
lead you along, and then she'll go fuck your best mate
Oh shit!
or your mortal enemy.
And he slides
So
back.
yeah,
in
the
camera.
Mikono Effect Roundtable was named after her, actually.
Oh, isn't that something?
So I feel like I would. Who are the other two? Asuka and Lightning.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm gonna weigh in here. For me, easily kill Mikono. She's fucking a bitch.
I don't even know who she is, so I could probably live with that.
She's a flat out.
Out of the choices,
bitch.
so I would not
Asuka?
for killing. Don't do
You know what? Ask her. I reckon she's feisty, sexy. I would fucking marry her, and I'll just fuck Lightning because she's alright.
See, I feel like this is also another loaded question. If I marry Mikono, what you said's going to happen?
Yeah.
She'll leave me and fuck one of you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
that will work out for us.
for you guys, but not so much for me because I fall in love. Asuka, if I marry her, I have to deal with that fucking whiny bitch. She called me like stupid Frankie or whatever she called Shinji, but with my name instead.
And
And
I can still call you stupid Shinji.
stupid Shinji.
Baka
Like,
Shinji.
what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, if I marry Lightning, she's off. Like, I am not. Look, you know, I'm not going to blow smoke up my ass. I'm not the best looking guy. I'm all right. I'm an average guy.
B+ player.
I'm not better looking than Snow,
No.
right? She'll probably go off and fuck him.
She's
a
not
B+.
going to
He's-
sleep with
he-
Snow. I played
he's
Final
A+.
Fantasy. She ain't going to sleep with
Who's she sleeping with?
because Snow is married to her sister. That's how that works.
Oh.
I should still do it.
That's Sarah.
Either way, I feel like
she ain't going to do that.
if she's not banging some other Final Fantasy character, she's off trying to save the world. It's not a really good. I don't know. That's not a good. It's not a good life for me. I feel like if I could kill either three of them, doesn't matter. If I fuck any of them, it's like I don't know. If I fuck Asuka, I'm just gonna. I would take myself directly to jail because even though she's like 50 years old or whatever, she still looks like a 12-year-old. If I
She's got that cool hat though.
yeah, that's right. I could fuck that.
Fuck that.
If I fuck Lightning, I
I
feel like I'll get stabbed by a lot of what she's got wearing. I assume she'd take it off, but it'd take too long to take all the armor off. My dick goes
Who's that?
very quickly. Lightning?
She does. She can change a lot. Final Fantasy. I'm the only one that played it.
That's right.
She changes her clothes a lot. They change her powers and stuff.
Okay.
She wants some stuff.
And if I bang Mikono, maybe I'm the guy that she cheats on with someone else. You know, maybe she leaves one of you guys and comes and fucks me. I don't know.
Hang on, we're not done yet.
You're not.
We're getting more lists. We're
This
not
is-
finished with this one.
This
yet.
is hard. This is
I'll
hard.
probably just put. I don't know. I'll put the kill on this Mikono because I really don't know who she is.
Yeah, put the kill on her.
I'm trying to think about the other one actually.
Put that kill on her.
I'm trying to differentiate between the other ones. It's a tough one because they're both kind of annoying in their own ways.
I gotta think of the next one now.
I don't know. They're both kind of. I don't even know too much about
I already know.
Evangelion. I'll say marry Lightning. Why not?
Okay.
She respects family. She's a career-driven woman. Pretty cool. So
Saving the world.
I love
So-
career driven.
So I'll go with that. Go for Lightning or whatever. And what's her name? Eclair.
All right, so the next one, Mine Fujiko from Lupin the Third, Nami from One Piece, and Bayonetta from Bayonetta.
I think I got. Do you want to go first?
I got mine.
So all the femme fatales.
I would fuck Mine Fujiko because she is a fucking fine babe. I'd kill Bayonetta, and the reason being is because I could not marry Nami.
That's an interesting.
All right, I'm gonna go against you. Do you want to go next?
No, you go. You go. I'm trying to think.
So straight up, I'm killing Nami.
Wow.
What? I don't care about Nami. I think she's an annoying character, and although she looks great, here's my reasoning, and you might agree with me after this.
Okay.
Bayonetta has an ability called Witch Time, which slows down time, does it not?
It does.
I could fuck her for an eternity before we're done. Time will. Hold on a second.
Are you aware of the Witch Time?
Time will literally stand still for us as we bang into oblivion.
You as well as her? Is that how it works?
Let's say it does. Right? Have you seen Bayonetta? Kane, you played Bayonetta. She'd do some kinky shit, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
She got leather.
Have you seen her finishing moves?
Nah, but I bet they're
A
hot.
lot of them is just straight up bondage.
She tie me up.
She does that to her enemies.
Yeah. What will she do to me, huh? And I would marry Mine Fujiko for many reasons.
Okay.
I imagine that in this universe, if I was to marry Mine Fujiko, I would be on a similar level to Mine Fujiko, meaning that she would probably take me on her thieving escapades and capers. She's also incredibly hot, right? She knows fine wine, fine food. She has a great fashion sense. She can fuck the shit out of you, right? She understands. She has mastered the honeypot, right? She is an incredible all-round, just the best woman, right? I would marry Fujiko Mine. Also, thank you, Bazza. Time will stand still as we fuck into oblivion. I'm going to write that down. It's going to be on my epitaph for no reason.
So you'd kill Nami?
Absolutely, without a second thought. I'm sorry. I apologize, Luke.
She's just my type, man.
I apologize.
Feisty, would fucking, tell me straight, but then she's sweet on the inside.
Can I just say something?
Fucking hot as shit.
I feel like Fujiko Mine is a more developed Nami. They're both kind of thieves. They're both very... They deal with trickery. They're both orange-haired beauties.
Yeah.
They both have that sweet, 36, 24, 36. What a winning hand figure.
Adventurous sort of
adventurous. Yeah. So, and Bayonetta, I feel like she would do things to me that I didn't even know could be good. Like, she'd hit spots inside of me, I assume, I didn't know existed.
I think of it like this, man. Nami is a navigator. She maps out the fucking whole world. Wait till she maps out your fucking body and navigates all of you. Think of that.
I feel like that one reason against my multiple reasons
Think of it like this.
can simply not.
She rides a boat. She can ride you. Think of that.
Oh, I am thinking of that. Still going with Fujiko Mine.
Fujiko is hot.
Suppose you didn't go to Nami, because if you were with Nami, think of all the money you would get, Frank.
Sure, but Fujiko Mine steals
that's true.
more
Fujiko
than
Mine
Nami.
Does steal a lot.
She does. See, Fujiko Mine already has money, and Jahan will know this. Already has money, plenty of money, enough money to last forever. She does it for the thrill. She gets crowns. She would steal the crown off of the head of the Queen of England just so she could get off. And you know what? I'd be there helping her out every step of the way. Okay? Call me Lupin the Third.
Think of this.
Because I'm Lupin her third.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to know.
I don't think that
would. Think of this.
I'm thinking of it.
Nami.
We're going to let Kane do his one too.
She has... if you watch the series from start to now, you would have noticed...
I wouldn't have the time to fuck Nami because it'd take me too long. Bam, shut up. Kane, go.
Her tits have changed size throughout all of time. You have the best of every world, mate. Different tit size, different this. Booty.
You're gripping at straws. Kane. Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. That it's again.
Look up Fujiko Mine.
I've seen Fujiko Mine.
I want to see her again now.
It's
Please. I love her.
I don't know. Like I said, this is the selection of femme fatales. So it seems like it's going to be dangerous with any of them.
Well, man, you know, you got to go with your heart at the end of the day. Luke wants to go with the...
What's Luke looking up right now?
Oh, Luke's... He's sending his girlfriend a message, I love you, because of these impure thoughts that
in case any of this is coming through the ether into your mind, I just want to apologize ahead of time.
Yeah, I said to her, it's SnapThirty hour.
Oh, no.
What'd she say? Very uncomfortable
Just
to
from
listen.
Dirty to FMK, very uncomfortable to listen.
Yes. This is our audience.
She goes, oi.
This is our audience, isn't it?
This is our audience.
Whoa.
They fucking
They were
brought
like,
it up.
hey, anime. Someone went, well, what about wrestling? And then someone was like, you wanna bang things?
They brought it up. So
We are, Suze,
Bring it
I'm
up.
talking to the phone like she's fucking...
she's not there. There's a text message.
She's
too.
on the
listening.
phone.
We are responding
Oh, hey,
to
Suze.
what our audience wants. And yes, we will be doing a Fuck, Marry, Kill live on Stage to Smash.
Oh, no, we're not allowed to do that. No,
We're not allowed
no,
to
we're
do
not allowed
that.
to do that.
No
No,
way
we're
we're
not.
allowed to.
Prime time, 12 till 1.
Yeah.
Kids walking around. I'd fuck Fujiko Mine.
And here's pictures why.
These pictures, why?
Look at them all.
I'm going to bring out the porn
Here, I
corner.
got this. Look it up. I got my
We're
thing.
bringing out the porn corner. Right
And
now.
this is how you get into the business, people. You talk about anime characters that you want to do stuff to.
Is that it? No more? You guys are going to give us more? Well, this is not fun at all.
Frank's gonna have to go do this by himself at home now, like he always
In the
does.
privacy of my own bathroom. Because the rest of the house is too goddamn noisy.
It's the only room with a lock on it, isn't it? What are you doing? Nothing. I'm not doing
You can
anything.
turn the fan on and oh. Zafira says just have an entire panel about fuck, marry, kill.
Not any time during the day.
Yeah, at Sexpo.
And Sexpo.
Baz wants to do an obscure wrestling one. How about a non-obscure wrestling one because not everyone knows about wrestling? Do wrestling, but you know, go like Cena and Rusev and I don't want to fuck either of them.
Oh, fuck Cena.
Cena looks like a huge toddler.
Huh.
You know? Do you have any?
John Cena.
No, that's not. That's not what we're talking
What's the
about.
most obscure
Sorry.
wrestling character in the world?
You're right.
I never heard of him before. What?
Oh, crazy. Zafira says, I usually only watch shows about cute girls doing cute things. Not really the best selection for FMK.
Because you feel bad
Yes,
doing
it-
anything
Oh,
to
okay,
them?
yeah,
Is
because
that
I feel
what?
bad. That's right.
No,
feel
Frank
bad.
wants more. Frank wants the names. Throw the names up.
Give me anything. I'll fuck the one from prison school.
I feel like we need a
Which
separate
one? All of them?
podcast.
We should do a separate podcast. We should have the SnapThirty podcast and the SnapThirty podcast.
Yes, SnapThirty.
Hey, if College Humor can have a sex sub-page, we can have a SnapThirty.
Do they have a
They actually do.
separate-
Look, bring it up.
Oh, it's
Bring it up now.
FMK, the Wyatt family. No, I'm not fucking any of them.
Oh,
I don't really. I only vaguely know this, but K myself. I think in
Yes,
that
it's
situation.
fine. Yep.
I think.
Fuck myself.
Well, I mean,
I do enough as it is.
what am I looking up again?
What was he looking
A
up?
college humor thing.
College Humor Sex.
Well, it doesn't matter. Do we have to?
No, not really. But until the suggestion comes up, or someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go now."
We're talking
They
very
have
soon.
two icons. Pictures and sex.
Literally, that's all they have on top
Huh?
Do they not do videos anymore?
Yeah, they do videos.
about sex.
Well, what do you know? There's
Tinder
a lot.
Wow.
to death.
Wow, there's a lot of things.
Yes,
Wow.
sex.
Wow.
You know what, Kane? Just look up on Google FMK anime and see their suggestions.
Okay.
It's fine. No one comes into your room anyway.
Everyone
Zafira,
does.
okay, Zafira has it The Rock, Triple H, and Steve Austin.
Oh, that's actually not a bad list. I would.
Stone Cold would fuck you to death.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Stone
I'd be
Cold would
kill.
Yeah. What? I said, hell yeah!
I'm sure I should sledgehammer you.
They're all bad. See, if you married The Rock, he'd make you get up at 4 a.m. and get on fucking Big Bertha.
Oh no.
That's his treadmill.
It could also be movies.
That could be in movies.
Could be in movies.
Triple H, at least I would... I don't know. I have no idea. This is a really hard one.
Triple H, I would...
Steve Austin would just, like, Stone Cold would just get drunk and beat the fuck out of me, I feel like.
I'd marry Triple H because he's the boss and he has power and he's money.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
The Rock, I would fuck because he's hot.
Well, he'd fuck
Steve
you.
Austin, I would kill because he would fucking kill me.
Oh, yeah, he'd beat the fuck out of you.
It's kill or be killed.
John says, marry Triple H? Duh. This is very true.
Yes.
We're trying to think of more, guys.
Yeah,
I got a kaiju one. Let's do a kaiju.
Oh,
You got a
fucking hell.
kaiju
Yeah, all right, go.
Godzilla,
Yeah.
Mothra,
Oh, come on.
and
King Ghidorah.
there we go, King Ghidorah.
Look all three of them up. Because we need to have a visual on what we're talking about
So
here.
Godzilla,
King Ghidorah, yeah. G-H-I.
Godzilla, King Ghidorah,
Three-headed
and
dragon.
It's a
Mothra.
literal three-headed dragon.
Christ.
Godzilla, we all know what that looks like. And Mothra, we all know what Mothra looks like. Okay, here's my question, Luke.
Is Mothra the only female out of those?
Are we the same size as them?
Yes. Okay, we've gone giant-sized. In
But we're still just dudes.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
still just dudes. That has not changed.
This is the welcome to the Mind of Luke party, people.
Yeah.
Show yourself out, please.
I think I would kill King Ghidorah because I don't know. Jahan might be able to tell us this, but do his heads work in sequence, or are they all separate beings? Like, are they all sentient in and of themselves, or are they controlled by the one brain? Because, like, what if one head likes me, but the other two don't? And then I got to deal with that.
Good point.
So I'd kill him. I'd marry Godzilla because realistically, Godzilla only has humankind's safety at heart.
Yeah.
He comes out to hang out to save us and whatnot. Mothra, I guess I'd fuck. Because okay, Jahan says they don't behave independently.
You know what I'm really proud of with this podcast?
What's
I
that?
got you to admit that you'd fuck a giant moth.
And that's all.
Oh,
we really
2
wanted.
years in the making. He's got me. Got him. Got him.
And that's,
Got him.
that's
God, you-
Luke now wants to announce the end of everything. He only wanted to get to this point because he was speaking to Frank years ago and he says, I bet you, Frank, if given the chance, would bed down with a giant
What a
moth.
long con.
And Frank said,
I've been playing the long
and
time.
Frank said, nah, man, nah, I wouldn't do that at all, man.
Secretly jerking off already.
Nah.
That's all, folks.
Call me Yukitake. I had a master plan. What can I say?
Master plan in your master hand.
Yes.
Now
Those
allow
are
me
all-
to master bait.
Those are all words.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, go then, big boy. No, go in.
Also, I love that in this game we play,
Yeah.
that out of everything in the world, we had Zafira comment and say, look, I don't know how fair, I only watch shows about cute girls. And Frank's like, that's fine. You make your suggestion. Luke's like, hold on a tick, hold the phone, hold the boat, hold whatever you got. I got 3 suggestions. They're going to blow your respective minds, all right? What if you grew to titanic proportions and then just fucked a monster? Because, look, I know we're all thinking it,
Very
right?
believable.
Right? You're like, just settle down with the women, all right? I mean, I had my own words about this, but I mean, come on. If you've got a dinosaur, a 3-headed dragon monster, and then some kind of moth,
So can I just say,
who hasn't thought about it?
this is literally how fetishes develop.
Is
Yep.
it now?
Have you not listened to Loveline?
Yeah, a while ago, yeah.
Dr. Drew constantly says, so there's this whole thing about like straight dudes that are attracted to transvestites, not because they are gay, but because they have already come to terms and are over the regular stuff they jerk off with. So there's this huge phenomenon of like, you jerk off to regular stuff, just women, and then it's like women doing naughty things, and then women doing incredibly hardcore things, and then all these fetishes pile on top because you get over it, as you keep going. And we've gotten to that point. We've gotten over just banging regular chicks and dudes. We're banging monsters now.
We got to the monster point
We're to the
already?
monster point.
Wow, that worked fast.
Yeah, that was just in the span of
Like 3 podcasts.
Wow. Wow, we went from discussing just marriage to just growing tall
and fucking a giant moth
that has 3 heads.
Mm.
You know,
SnapThirty indeed. SnapThirty indeed.
Lewd dirty.
Lewd 30.
Lewd 30.
but on this topic, just follow up question.
Sure.
The hell? Right,
Yeah,
though?
we're done tonight.
The hell?
We've been going for almost 3 hours.
Yeah,
I think this was a pretty successful live podcast.
I'd agree.
We spoke about Pokemon again. We spoke about
Bleach
Shonen again because we always do. We made a brief announcement about we're going to be at a thing. And
Repeat again. We are going to be at Smash, Sydney Manga and Anime Show on the 21st of August, the Sunday. We're going to be in the main panels hall from 12 midday till 1 o'clock. Come and see us.
What's the name of the panel?
The name of the panel is, I can't remember the exact name, but it basically it's a very long name that I put there. It's about getting into the industry. So it's a way, we're going to pretty much explain ways to get into the industry.
And who better to learn about getting into the industry than by just going and sitting and listening to the 3 guys who asked and answered your question about sleeping with monsters.
Exactly.
Because if anything,
You know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
And not even the chat,
Exactly.
referencing Monster Musume. Not even monsters that are very humanoid.
No.
Just straight up a goddamn dragon with 3 heads, a moth, and a giant ass lizard.
Exactly right.
Because what the actual fuck?
Next podcast, we'll be discussing which of H.P. Lovecraft's eldritch abominations
Oh,
will be
really?
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu number 1.
That's the only name that I know.
Cthulhu.
It's the only name that I know, absolutely. Don't know any other Lovecraftian names.
Baz says he would have loved to come to Smash if he knew that we would go there. Look, if anyone can make it down, it's next week.
Sunday.
It's next week.
Sunday, the 21st of August.
Sunday.
And we're going to be planning this when?
Planning what? It's planned. We're done. We're all good. We are all good, man. Don't stress about it.
Not really stressed about it, just kind of wondering what, huh?
I'm freaking out. guys. I'm pinging.
Oh, he's pinging.
I'm pinging.
Oh, no. He's pinging. All right, guys. Good night.
I'm
He's
pinging, baby.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Himself, I better
All right, I gotta swaddle him. Come on, bud. You're right. You're okay.
I'm pinging.
You're all right. You're okay.
I'm pinging, French.
It's all right, bud. It's all right.
I'm pinging.
It's all right, baby boy. It's okay. You're okay. It's all right. We're gonna get through this. All right, Betty. Betty, Betty, buddy.
It's gonna be all right, Betty.
Hey, Betty. Hey, Betty. He likes to be called Betty in this.
Yes, call me Betty.
Yeah, it's all right, Betty.
Betty's
okay. I love your hair. It feels like a nice short carpet.
Thank you.
Do you want to feel my undercut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a short carpet.
No, it doesn't.
I'm pinging.
Polybius, who are you? I've only just seen you pop up in the chat. Who are you? And we'll wait in silence.
And this is a perfect, excellent way to end. Just wait in silence, mate.
Are we still on?
Just to ping in silence.
Ping in silence. I'm pinging Jerry. Oh, jeez.